Y'all don't hear us. Pull up a seat and motherfucking listen. Pull up a seat and motherfucking listen.
Pack your bag, time to go home.
Talking crazy on our soil where our blood and bones grown.
This our grind, we outside on it. While y'all fools on the outside looking, y'all show no respect to Black America, so leave. Hey.
Y'all don't get it, so it's time to go home.
Get the hell up out of America, take your disrespect and just fly on.
Y'all don't get it, so it's time to go home.
Get the hell up out of America, take your disrespect and just fly on.
You landed on the tarmac, fresh off the boat. Talking about y'all building nothing, man, you choking on the note. My ancestors the reason that this country even breathes. Picked the cotton, built the White House, planted the seed. Jim Crow laws, redlined the map, we was the target. You think that struggle's a costume, man, you can't mark it. We fought the wars, we bled the blood, we died for our future's chance. And you come here and give our legacy a side eye while throwing shade on the guard. While you benefit from doors we kicked down with our last breath. Now you spit on the architects who stared down death. Disrespectful, that's disrespectful, ungrateful, a slap in the face, the only people who gave a fuck. So let me show your ungrateful ass to the right place.
Pack your bags, time to go home.
Talking crazy on our soil where our blood and bones grown.
This our ground and we outside on it. While y'all fools on the outside looking, y'all show no respect to Black America, so leave.
Y'all don't get it, so it's time to go home.
Get the hell up out of America, take your disrespect, just fly on.
Y'all don't get it, so it's time to go home.
Get the hell up out of America, take your disrespect, just fly on.
Passport, the visa, the privilege to be here. Cause my grandma didn't march for y'all, so disappear from our land. You cosplaying our pain. Think it's a trend you can borrow, but you ain't inherit the ghosts of our sorrow. We the foundation, the bedrock, the soil, and the root. You not no branch on our tree, and unproductive people always cosplaying me.
Talking about we ain't do nothing, you lost your mind. We built this from nothing, time after time.
From the beginning to now, we've been the backbone and muscle. Why you look down on the struggle and cause a whole tussle? The energy style was disgusting, it's whack.
So let's make it clear, there's no turning back.
This land is paid for in full.
In blood, sweat, and tears, and dreams deferred.
You don't get to come into a house we built from the dirt and telling Black America y'all ain't worth nothing. That's a violation, facts.
Pack your bags, time to go home.
It's our soil on our soil where our blood and bones grown.
Show respect, this our ground, y'all just tenants on a leash.
Or get the step.
Show no respect to Black America, so leave.
Don't get it, so it's time to go home.
Get the hell up out of America, taking your goodies, I can just fly on.
Don't get it, so it's time to go home.
Get the hell up out of America, taking your goodies, I can just fly on.
Yeah, fly little birdies.
Fly on back to where you came from.
This ain't for you, the soil is sacred.
We said what we said,
It's time
for y'all to go home. So fly a little birdies fly, so fly a little birdies fly, so fly a little birdies fly, got far away from here. So fly a little birdies fly, so fly a little birdies fly, so fly a little birdies fly, got far away from here. So fly a little birdies fly, so fly a little birdies fly, so fly a little birdies fly, got far away from here. So fly a little birdies fly, so fly a little birdies fly, so fly a little birdies fly, got far away from here. Bye-bye, little birds. They thought we forgot, but we never forget. ones for the rules. We built this land from dust and tears, 400 years, and we still here. They write new rules, but they don't see every freedom they got came off you and me. We planted seeds, they took the bloom. We lit the flame, they left the room. But we back now, no disguise. The spirit's woke, we realize all we want is what we earn. That sweat and blood, yeah, that table turn. You can't buy culture, can't fake that fight. This is our day, this is our right. We LBA. Say it loud, say it strong. We the heartbeat that's been here all along. Foundation of Black Americans, stand tall. We ain't begging for nothing, we built that all. Born from pain and grace, you can see the truth written in our face. We the soul, the sound, to fight the flame. Foundational Black Americans, say our name. They love our rhythm, but they dodge our blues. Use our voice when it fits their news. They take our sound, but not our scars. We the backbone, we the stars. Now the veil is gone, the mask is clear. We see the game, we know it's here. No more silence, no more lies. We lift that flag and watch it rise. Rise up, rise up. We the ones that made this nation breathe. Our pain to power, our roots and trees. We know worlds. It's rhythm and grace, and now we're reclaiming our rightful place. Can't copy courage, can't steal pain. You can't inherit soul by changing names. Our story ain't done, it's the revival. We guard the gate, it's about survival. We FBA, say it proud, say it loud. The world dances on what we vow. Foundational Black Americans, still we stand, still we fight, still we demand. Every block, every song, we've been right here all along. The soul of a people strong and free. Foundational Black Americans. We the first, we the rule, we the fire. Still rising, still here. Foundational Black American.
We set the tone and they copy the cadence. Dance to our drums and deny the foundation. Wear the style but don't honor the source. Smile in the crowd and you distance and force. Say you not us but you rap like we breathe. Take the rhythm, then fuse the receipts. I ain't mad, I'm just holding the glass. Showing the mirror, now answer it back. I ain't here to cancel nobody. Just keep it honest, keep it solid. If you eat from the table we built, don't act surprised when we guard it. Do you like that? Do you like that? When I flip your sound and I ride like that. Do you like that? Do you like that? Do you like that? Cause that's how it feel when you borrow my culture. Then act like we never mattered. Hip-hop.
Mike Larry. Now this shit here, it's what I see it is. We're not fighting your battles. We're not carrying it. Your fear. We're not lending our history to people who erased us while we were here. Just Cause you born here, don't make you FBA. That makes you a citizen, learn the difference today. This is lineage, not a look you can wear, not a costume you borrow when it benefits you there. You use our culture like an access card, backstage pass, a straight facade, but now the mirror's in your face. No disguise, and you're uncomfortable looking truth in the eyes. We didn't leave our land to beg for a chance. We stayed, we fought, we took every advance. That's the separation, that's the line you cross. We paid the price, you learned the cost. You waving your flag on our soil, but fighting not to go back home. Waving your flag on our soil, building comfort on a foundation you didn't own. We waving our flag, red, black, and gold. Stood our ground, never sold. You waving your flag on our soil, but scared to build what you claim you love. Our humor, our style, the way we move, the smoothness, the sound, the things we prove. Music we birth, language we shape, innovation forged under constant escape. Warrior spirit means stay and defend, not flee your land and rewrite the end. You call it success, but don't confuse the two. Ease came after what we went through. You abandoned your land and called it strategy. You waved that flag loud, but won't return to build your legacy. That contradiction tells the story for you. You waving your flag on our soil, we're fighting not to go back home. We waving ours where we were forged, every inch earned, every brick known. We can't be deported, and that truth changes everything. We can't be deported, and that truth changes everything. We know who we are, and now we see who you are too. Just because y'all born here doesn't make you FBA at all. It makes you an American citizen. It's biologically impossible to be us, because it's a lineage, not some damn costume you can just put on to look cool. You immigrants and immigrant Americans has used our culture as an access card, a backstage pass to our culture. Now y'all have to look in the mirror. Our sense of humor, the aesthetics, mannerisms, the style of dress, the smoothness, the creativity, our genres of music, innovativeness, our slang, our warrior spirit by staying on our homeland and fighting and not fleeing to somebody else's land to beg for a better life and shit on the very people who fought to have us there. That's who we are. And we know who the hell y'all are waving your flag on our soil and fighting to make sure y'all don't go back.
You can't leech off our culture anymore. Beat it!
Mike Larry, man. You did it again. We really making history. Let's go.
Do you like that? Do you like that?
Flip your sound. How you like that? Do you like that? Do you like that? Say it loud, don't walk it back. Do you like that?
Do you like that?
You grew up mimicking us, now y'all switch it up. Turn the carbon copy, y'all ain't black, what the fuck? It's funny, y'all connecting to our culture like it's Wi-Fi. Surfing on our waves of our culture, no more agua. Feeling my culture for all these years. Look how time flies, all these colonizers in disguise. Y'all hate, y'all still hate us outside. Study doctor, vampires, it's the blood of our guilt. They copy the flavor, sip the juice. Love the results, hate the truth. Who. Do you like that? Do you like that? Do you like that? Flip your sound. How you like that? Do you like that? Democratic shields, talking points, the road they fill. Fish and chips, agent on the mic, judging the BAs, but ain't you half white? Talking like you one of us, we need a proof face. The agent type with a prune face, like 50 and Jim, it's a cold game. Throwing stones cause we built our own lane. I'm joking, kinda, but I mean smile calm, pressure intact. Y'all proud where y'all from. Where they flag, beat they drum. But when it's us, tone switch fast. Same pride, but it's too much. FBA pride, lineage solid. You can't put this on, can't try it on. Built here, stayed and fought. That's the difference. That's the card. Do you like that? Do you like that? Say it clear, don't twist the facts. Do you like that? Yeah. Do you like that? Do you like that? Point made. No edit. No care.
History is something that you have to do when it comes to conquest, domination, and destroying a people. If people knew who they were, what they were, and what they were capable of in the past, and what they have a possibility or a likelihood of doing in the future.
Foundational Black Americans, we've always had a culture of resistance. We cultivated a culture of resistance on this land, and we've been resisting ever since we've encountered European domination.
But nothing was really popping in Europe, slave trade, and that's where they amassed a lot of wealth.
One thing that I think is unique about our culture as far as how we resist, how we fight back is just the environment we put in from day one. Being only 13% of the population, the white supremacists were very meticulous about keeping that population at a certain amount.
There's never a period when we did not resist the encroachment of the white man.
They have a natural behavior of authority no matter where they go. That's why they'll step up in front of us in the line at the store. We're not important. They don't even see us.
We've never been able to excel. We've never been able to relax. We've never been able to just be, which means that existence is resistance.
It must be something in our DNA, our historical background, to when something doesn't sit right with us, especially spiritually, in our souls and in our spirit, we just say no.
We live resistance. You know, from the moment we're born, we're in resistance. And it's handed down generation to generation.
And so I think that cultural resistance is actually in our DNA, in our epigenetics, and then it blossoms out into the culture.
So there's almost nothing in America that we do, from song to dance to politics to the way we talk, the way we dress, having coded languages considered to be slang today. Everything about Black American culture is a form of resistance.
Of course, they want to always downplay our contributions to the global tapestry because they continue to act like our number one export in this country is not Black innovation.
Everyone understands that our resistance has been the cornerstone of what foundational Black Americans have always done. We are the life that breathes everything into this nation.
The further back you go, the further Black you go. It's just simple like that, brother.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced Season 11, Episode 34.
Introducing the B1 Rolodex, the easiest way to search for and support FBA and B1 businesses. Hundreds of entries from the Black grassroots for the Black grassroots. Free to use, free to download, constantly updated. Trouble navigating the document? Try using the map version. Notice a business missing? Use this simple Google form to submit an FBA or B1 business. Also submit anti-Black businesses, which are now being collected in that last tab. Find resources, contact numbers, and much more using the second tab. All the info you need to start practicing group economics today. Go to blacktruthunited.com. That's blacktruthunited.com.
All right, go ahead, Shabaka.
Yes, sir. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. We're an hour behind, due to being tied up handling various other businesses and what have you to keep this platform going. The air date of this episode is April 28th, 2026. Be advised.
Uh-oh. What happened? What happened to Shabaka?
I don't know. I think he went out.
Oh, damn it. Okay, well, thank y'all for tuning in to Season 11, Episode 34 of Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced in conjunction with the Front Line Blacc News. And I'm your co-host, Che Nkrumah, a.k.a. Jesse Paris. And on this Season 11, Episode 34 of Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced, we'll be discussing several topics.
I just went out.
The first one is OnAli's ex-wife said.
Get out of here.
Hold on, Bruce. I can hear you. OnAli ex-wife says he got mad after she tore up his autograph and called him Cassius Clay, a slave name. OnAli's former wife, OnAli's former wife on Frank Sinatra refusing to perform at racist hotel until OnAli was allowed in. OnAli having multiple girlfriends during Joe Frazier fight and having 2 kids on her. The dump as in human shit, and we want to make that perfectly clear.
Right.
Norah O'Neill, 60 Minutes interview.
Wait, which one am I on? Get rid of that other one. Okay, you got the right one. Mic check.
Yeah, we can hear you, Breeze.
Yeah. Breeze. How you be?
What it do, Shabaka? What's good?
All right.
Thank you for tapping in.
Go ahead, Jesse.
Was the White House Correspondents' dinner incident staged? Yes. And Shabaka's Black Experience Enhances.
Did I lose Jesse?
No, I'm still here.
No, Jesse's still here, Breeze.
Hey, salute, Fresh.
See, I can't hear him.
Are you on the phone?
I hear you, Shabaka, but I don't hear Jesse.
Okay, Jesse wants to know, are you on the phone?
Nah, I'm over on my tablet.
Okay,
okay, he's on it. Yeah. Okay, so he's saying is, try going out and then, coming back in.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, because we've been having some technical difficulties, man, for the last few episodes, man. And you know why, brother. You know why.
You already know. Yeah. I was just...
Streamyard been acting like a punk-ass bitch.
Yeah, it has. Okay.
House is based on the 50th anniversary of the founding of the original Blacc Panther Party for self-defense. We started on Blogtalk Radio back in 2016 and have been around for 11 seasons now. Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced covers experience from the beginning of time until 10 minutes ago. It is also part of the Front Line campaign and has recently, within the last 2 to 3 years, moved from Blogtalk Radio to Streamyard. Just make sure y'all like to share the broadcast, family. You can find us on Streamyard, use the Front Line Blacc News. The links to all of our channels in the description include Front Line Blacc News, Front Line Blacc News.
Okay, you echoing, Shay.
That's because Breeze.
Yeah, okay. I think Breeze has got 2 windows open.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there you go, Breeze. Yeah.
Frontline Blacc News 2, our backup channel. Make sure y'all sub to that, just in case they try to take Frontline Blacc News down again. Then we got my personal page, Jesse Paris, aka Che Nkrumah. Make sure y'all sub to that. So y'all be up to date on Denver affairs, Denver City Council, Aurora City Council, and local Denver events and Aurora events, Black events. And then Lady Che's backup channel, Seduction Doll 5991. Make sure y'all sub to that so she can start going live on YouTube on that channel. Then her main channel, The Revolutionary Agenda, she was just live. She just did an RBA, so make sure y'all check that out. The Revolutionary Agenda.
Yeah, they don't never send me my notifications for that.
Yeah, they're always shadow banning. There's always some bullshit with
I have to catch her, or Navi got to tell me.
Fresh says your audio suspect.
It is tonight, because I just got on this bullshit gaming headset right now. I don't got my shit set up.
Then we got Shabaka's YouTube channel, 10-1. Make sure y'all sub to that so Shabaka can start going live on YouTube. Then we got our cousin, our lokester out the Bay Area, Jay Militant. Let's cracking TV with Jay Militant. Make sure y'all sub to his channel as well. Then we got our brother out the Mile High, Kukizi. Make sure y'all sub to his channel as well. Then we got our brother who's with us right now, Breeze Omega, out of VA, Virginia, by way of New York. Salute to Breeze. Thank you for joining us. Make sure y'all sub to his channel. He just surpassed, what's you at, 2,000 subscribers now, or you just surpassed 1,000 subscribers? Yeah, you just passed 1,000.
Yeah, just past 1,000. We like at 160.
Okay, check.
67.
Can you hear me, Shabaka?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I hear both of y'all.
Okay, and then our brother out of Watts, California, who's now in Houston, Texas, the Church of Black Power. Make sure y'all sub to his channel. He just surpassed 2,000 subscribers. He should be at 3,000.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The brother Church.
Heavy work, heavy knowledge on his channel. So make sure y'all check him out. Then we got our brother Black Truth United, who's been on a hiatus, but he did come up with the B1 Rolodex, which is a modern day green book for FBA and B1 businesses all across this country. And the link to submit your business is in the description. The link to the Rolodex itself is in the description. And yours truly is in there for my political work. You can check out the Rolodex and submit businesses to the Rolodex. Then we got Council the Congressional Black Caucus and create a foundation of Black American Caucus. The petition for that is the link is in the description. Then we got Sister Brooks' call to action. Make sure y'all submit those letters in New York so they can get the Freedmen's Bureau off the ground out there, Freedmen's Fund. And then we got support Lady Chase GoFundMe. Her GoFundMe link is in the description. Then we got the 103-year-old elders on the verge of losing our home almost 40 years in South Central Los Angeles. The link to her GoFundMe is in the description. Then we got my campaign, Support Me, for House Representatives in Colorado for House District 8. The link to my website, and you can also donate on the website, is in the description. Then we got copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. And I do not own the rights to the music. And if you don't understand racism, white supremacy, what it is and how it works, everything else you think you understand will only confuse you in all 9 or 10 areas of human people activity. And that is economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war, and some say health and nutrition. All 9 or 10 areas of human and people activity, and I was by Mr. Newton Fuller Jr. who transitioned exactly a year ago at the age of 95. ProduceJustice.com. In other words, Black family replace this wicked, vile system with a system of justice, which guarantees that nobody's mistreated and those that need the most constructive help get it. And when you, a Black person, are captured by any race soldier, you must never fuss, fight, or flee. Comply and defend yourself in court, also by Mr. Newton Fuller Jr. ProduceJustice.com. And last but certainly not least, we got racism, white supremacy. It's conscious and subconscious behavior to maintain white genetic survival, to prevent white genetic annihilation. And that was by the late, great master teacher, Dr. Francis Cress Wilson, who transitioned exactly 10 years ago at the age of 80 and would have been 90 as of 3 weeks ago. So salute to our brother, FBA brother Tariq Nasheed for paying for her funeral, along with several others. All right, those are the topics. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. All right, go ahead, Shabaka.
Yes, sir, brother. Check once again, ladies and gentlemen. This is Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. The air date of this episode is May 28th, 2026. Okay, so therefore, we did acquire the clip under fair use of Khalia Ali, Muhammad Ali's second wife, that you'll find quite interesting. Okay, Brother Trey, you can go ahead and play that clip, sir.
Yes. All right,
And
so the
then
first
after she finished, yes, sir.
The first one is his like Shabaka just alluded to, Ali's ex-wife. Says she got mad after she tore up his autograph and called Cassius a slave.
Yeah.
By his name.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it, sister. There's Sister Khalia right there. Dialogue. Shout out there to
Khalila Ali,
Dialogue.
finally got you on the platform. It's an honor. It's an honor to have you on. For those who may not be familiar with you, can you let the people know who you are?
Okay, my name is Dr. Khalila Camacho Ali.
I'm known mostly as the former wife of Muhammad Ali, but I have a lot of many accolades behind that sign. So you're going to learn a lot about it today.
Yes, indeed. Looking forward to it. I'm excited for this interview. It's so much I want to ask you. I don't even know where to start. It's so much I want to ask you. You met Ali at 10?
Yes, sir. 10 years old. He was 18. And he visited the Muslim school in Chicago. He was out in Florida, Miami, and he ran across Malcolm X. Well, one of the brothers said, "Come see Malcolm X, man." He said, "But he's in the ghetto. Ain't no Malcolm X in no ghetto." He said, "Yes, he is." So he followed the brothers to see Malcolm X. He said, "Man, who taught you, man?" He said, "Who taught you?" He said, "The Honorable Elijah Muhammad." He said, "Well, that's the one I want to meet." So then he made it his business to come visit Chicago to see the empire of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad with the all Black businesses back in the 60s. We had restaurants, we had supermarkets, we had barbershops, clothing stores. You name it, Muslims put it together with their own money. They didn't ask nobody anything. We just pulled all our money and resources together and made our own community. And they were saying self-help is the best help you can have. And he was impressed. But when he wasn't really impressed until he ran into me. So what happened was, so one bright, beautiful day, I'm always active in school. I was very active. I was very positive. I had high confidence, like way up to here. And so while I was working on the bulletin boards in the hallway in the school, I heard these sound like gladiators walking down the hallway. I was going, wow, these sound like gladiators. What is all that noise? So I saw two brothers and my principal, Sister Christine Johnson, walking down the hallway. And I looked and I saw the handsome guy, which I presume was Clay, and the other one was his brother. But I didn't know who they were at the time when he was walking in the hallway. So when they made everybody go to the auditorium to meet this young person. And he got on stage and he said, "I am Cassius Marcellus Clay. I am 18 years old. I just won the Olympics in Rome, Italy, representing the United States of America. But in the future, I will be the heavyweight champion of the world before I'm 21. So get your autographs now because I'm going to be famous." I go, what is this guy talking about? He got a slave man talking this mess, right? So he gave all the boys, the brothers, autograph, and then he went on the girls' side and gave all those autographs. And I'm standing on guard in front of the girls, and he walked up to me and said, "Here, little girl, I'm going to be the heavyweight champion of the world. I'm going to be famous. So here's my autograph." I said, whoa. I said, slow down. Let me read this. And I said, "Cassius Marcellus Clay, that's your name?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, the Cassius Marcellus, that's like a Roman name. Do you know what Romans did to people?" He said, "What?" I said, "Do you know what Romans did to people?" He said, "No." I says, and then this is the kicker here. It's like clay. This is like dirt. You mold. And as a Muslim, I said, "And you proud of this, brother?" He said, "I thought it was." I said, "Man, until you have a name of honor," I started tearing up the autograph, "until you have a name of respect. Matter of fact, until you have a Muslim name, you're not going to be famous with this. You take this back with you. I don't want it. You keep it." He said, "She told my name, man. She told my name." He said, "Brother, calm down. She's a Muslim. She's trying to teach you something. She teaches me a lot. She called me dirt. She called me." So he got a little upset. So somebody said in the background, they said, "Is she related to him? They sound just alike." And then I said, "No, I'm not related to that guy." And then he said, "You sure?" I said, "I'm positive." He said, "But he acts like you." I said, "I know, that's weird, isn't it?" So, because he had energy like I did, he was positive, confident like I was, because the kids knew me. They just didn't know who he was. He said, she told my name, man. She told me, it really upset him a little bit. He was hollering and screaming, and I took off. I just took off.
She trying to make like,
it bothered him for a long time.
She trying to make like my nigga wasn't
He
shit.
kept coming back. He said, well, where's she at? He said, man, you better leave that alone. She only 10 years old. 10?
That's in
10?
As he is evolving.
He said, yeah, but you know, that's Elijah Muhammad's Princess of Islam. You leave her alone, man. These girls
and she's talking about the one who just came back from the Olympics before he won the title.
She said to me, she called me dirt. And that ain't cool. So that's when the target, the forehead, was right there. And every time he come to the mosque, he look it. Where's she at? And that's how we actually met. And that was the impression I gave him. And it threw him off a bit. So that's how it started. 3 years he was going back and forth to Muhammad's Mosque in Chicago. He started hanging around Muslims. I mean, if you wasn't a Muslim, you would think he had joined them or something, because 3 years later, I was 14, and I heard on the radio, on the TV, Sonny Liston said, I'm gonna knock out that black Muslim. I said, oh man, this is not good. I don't like this guy already. You're calling us black. And so we ain't black, we don't come in colors. We Muslims, just Muslims. And I didn't like that at all. So I told the kids, I said, look, if you see Clay come back up in the school again, y'all let me know when he comes. Because I got something for Sonny Liston, because I don't like him. So, and then one of the kids said, he's Cassius Clay.
But the Arabs don't see you as Muslim.
I said, somebody give me a piece of paper and a pen real quick. And they gave me a
I'm
brown
going to comment on that,
and a pen, and I started writing this poem for Sonny Liston, because I learned that he was doing little short liners, little short poems. When he fight people, I started learning about him. And he said he would knock out you, Archibald out before he'll send you to heaven and
you at 14 doing all this,
poems, right?
maybe
I got something for him. It's going to be long. So I was upset with Sonny Liston.
No, this is before they got married,
Then I
Breeze.
finally saw him, and I said, come here, like that. He said, me? You and me? He said, oh, Lord, here we go again. He said, so I said, here, I want you to give this poem to Sonny Liston, because I don't like him. He called us black Muslims. We ain't black Muslims, we just Muslims. We don't call each other no color. We come in all colors. We ain't just black. I said, you give it to him. And I walked away. He said, where you going? I want to talk to you. I said, I'm done. And she said, she's done, man. Leave her alone. Her father, forget about it. He said, okay, bro, okay. So I go home.
How old was Muhammad at this time?
He's a former military.
I don't even know about
I'm like a military brat brought up
like
by my father.
Breeze.
And my
No,
father,
he was
like
21. He won the title.
If he asked you a
He
question,
was like 21 when he met her, but he was 22 years old
right?
when he had won
So,
the title.
I go
He won
home.
the title at 22, less
I
than
just
a
got off
month
the
after
bus,
he
go
turned
home.
22.
My
That
daddy
was in
said,
February
come here.
1964.
I said, yes, sir. He said, did you or did you not give a fighter a poem on a brown paper bag today? I said, yeah, Dad. Wow. How'd you find out so fast? He said, well, he ain't never read it on TV right now. Go ahead and look at it. I said, what? He's reading it on television? Oh, man, I couldn't believe it. I go, oh, my God, he actually did it? He was standing up there, had the brown paper bag on television like this. I'm going to go to those archives and see if I can get that clip. I'm sure they have it. And there he is, reading my poem. This is the legend of Cassius Clay, the most beautiful fighter in the world today. This fight's great. He's got speed and endurance. But if you're trying to sign to fight him, increase your insurance. This kid's got a left. This kid's got a right. Look at the kid carry the flag. Oh, the crowd is getting frantic. There's not enough room. There, Ali lowers the boom. That's the upgrade. Who would have thought when they came to the fight, they see a spook satellite? No one would dream when they put down their money to see a total eclipse of the sun. There he is. That was
and
it.
then he also said, and if you want
I
to
thought that was about Muslims. I
I
thought it was going to be about
Said,
Muslims.
where's your boy on TV? I said, oh man, this is unbelievable. So that's how it started. So,
So she
but they'll be like
at
Muhammad. I
14
think he
made
set the whole
Muhammad.
thing up because
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, that's when she
You know
met.
what?
That's when they met. But they got married when she was 17.
he was talking to me. He
with
said,
permission from her parents, and he was 25.
Elijah Muhammad said, the brother's gonna call you. He want to tell you about the army. He wanted to fight. He said, he called me. He said, I want to tell her because she gonna think I'm gonna win. So I allowed him to call me on the phone. And I'm thinking, I'm saying, I'm only 14 years old. Why I got to talk to this guy? I mean, but if Elijah Muhammad said, do something, you do it, right? You don't question.
Y'all hear this?
So he called me up. He said, do you think I'm going to win the fight? What do you think? I said, brother, all these Muslims are following you. They respect you. You've been around the Muslims. You eat the bean soup, the bean pie. You're hanging around us a lot. And that prayers are going to be with you. There's no way you're going to lose, brother.
Yeah.
You hear me? You hear me?
Allah is behind
just
you.
1 second.
It's how you know
Wait,
this and you
hold
never
on.
been nowhere. You young.
Go ahead, Bruce.
What the hell? Is she saying that she built Muhammad? 14 years old, she the one built Muhammad Ali, who was already a man?
No, she wasn't seeing him. No, they didn't get married, Breeze,
I mean, you sitting
until
around us eating all these bean pies. Like, what? At 14 years old, they was.
Oh, okay. Well, as you know,
I guess
Breeze,
that's
they
how
got-
Grandpa talk on the Boondocks, right?
Yeah. Well, you know, 14-year-olds back then was completely different from the 14-year-olds now. They was a lot older, like a lot mature.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, God damn, it was that severe that a 14-year-old is talking like this? This is what I'm trying to understand. Because from what I'm getting from her is that I built this nigga.
Mm-hmm.
I
told him how to talk that jive. but I'm a Muslim.
That's what she's saying. But that's
Notice
what she
she
did.
said some
Breeze.
weird shit, but she's still a Muslim.
Okay,
And
but
I'm
keep
like,
in mind, on
the
two,
Arabs
Breeze.
don't support y'all. They don't like the FOI or the NOI.
Okay, but hold on, Breeze. Let me tell you something. Okay, this is and this is from my memory.
They don't
okay?
consider them Muslims.
Okay, but hold on, oh Breeze, just hear me out.
You know?
But Ali had made numerous trips over there into the Arab world, and he was received very, very warmly. You see, they even had to go to. Okay, Breeze. Wait,
can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Hear you loud and clear.
Okay, I was just trying to make sure. I can't hear Shabaka.
You can't hear me. Can you hear me, Jesse?
Yes, I can hear you, Shabaka, loud and clear.
Okay, then Breeze
Yeah, I
should be hearing
can't.
me
I'm the
also.
only one can't hear Shabaka.
You might have to go out and come back in, Breeze.
Huh?
You might have to go out and come back in.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I'm about to do.
All right, Breeze.
I can't hear Shabaka at all.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let Breeze come back in, and I'm gonna continue talking, and then when Breeze comes back in, I'm gonna repeat what I said. Okay. As she said that she was working in a bakery. Okay. Muhammad Ali did not start courting her until she was 17 and he was 25. He had permission.
Real borderline, Shabaka.
Okay, hold on. But she did have permission from her father to court her. Okay, you know, he made a point to mention that there. This is in his autobiography. Okay, and then she worked in the bakery. Okay, can you hear me now, Breeze?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Loud and clear. So what had happened is that at this time she would have been off in her black belt training in her martial arts. Okay.
No,
and then she also
fucking
and then she
Streamyard.
I mean, this ain't even Restream. This is fucking Streamyard.
Yeah, this is Streamyard and they crap, man. They doing it, man, because I've been taking note, Breeze, of the material that we've been talking about. And when we get on sensitive black things, okay, we notice we have this type of crap. You see what I'm saying? So they doing it to us on purpose. Okay, Fresh says she was Muslim arranged marriage. Right. That's what I'm saying for Fresh. Ali had permission from her father to court her. You see what I mean? Okay, she had worked off in the bakery. Now, keep in mind that
but at 14 years of age?
No, she was 17. She was 17.
Oh, around that time.
Yeah, when they got married, and he had permission from.
How old was Proposer Ali at that moment?
He would have been like
25.
Oh,
no, he was 25 in 1967. He was 25 in 1967.
Shabaka, that's like borderline. I don't understand.
Well, the only thing I can say about that is this.
Wait,
it could be borderline, but he ain't below the border.
God damn it.
I mean, I guess it depends on the state.
Yeah. Okay. And I do believe they were married in Chicago. Okay. I do know that. Okay. She supported him. And then while he was in exile, and that there was in the Will Smith movie who portrayed Ali, then, you know, as he's going around there on the lecture circuit making his money to support his family, every now and then he was still doing his sparring. You know what I mean? And I do believe he sparred a little bit with Ryan Lyle as well, too.
Yeah, he did. Okay,
God damn.
Breeze. Yeah, Breeze.
What's the problem?
It's the crackatosis. It's the crackatosis engineering. Particularly, okay, Fresh says Chicago 17 is legal. Okay, in the state of Illinois, 17 is legal. Okay. So which means is that he did not violate any laws on that. You see what I'm saying?
In Illinois. Because certain states, the age is 18.
Right. But in certain states, okay, they're saying that Chicago is 17, so I would imagine that's Illinois.
Yeah.
But also, too, she had permission. Now I'm being echoed.
Just because of Breeze. I got to close one of his counts. Okay, there you go.
All right, you got it?
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Okay. So that was legal. Okay. So he was on the lecture circuit. You know what I'm saying? They had their first child, Miriam, who was their oldest child. And he had 2 other daughters and a son by Miss Khalil.
I can't hear him no more.
Oh,
Man, this is this StreamYard shit. And why am I not surprised? Because of the subject matter you're talking about. No, it's not crazy, Breeze. It's expected because of the subject matter of what we're talking about.
Yeah, Shabaka dropped out. I'm going to just drop out because I'm going to just listen from the background.
Okay, Breeze.
Because he keep dropping out, so I can't hear him.
Okay, so keep working it, man, you know, as you're listening to us, man, you know, because they do this crap to us. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, we got comments off in the chat room that we're going to get to the comments and what have you. Okay, so therefore, Ali is in exile, okay? So then he's going through the legal ramifications to get his boxing license back. Now, what had happened is that Lester Maddox, of all people, governor of great state Georgia, he stated that I don't see no reason why, you know, Muhammad Ali cannot fight here in Atlanta, Georgia. His opponent was Jerry Quarry. Connect the dots, okay? So Mr. Ali had went up there, he administered correction on Quarry. He cut his eye real bad and he stopped Quarry on the 3rd round TKO. Mm-hmm. Then what happened after that, 2 months later?
Got you, Breeze.
Okay, and then after that, he went on and fought the Brahma Bull by the name of Oscar Bonavena. Oscar Bonavena at the weigh-in is calling Ali chicken, 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 chicken. Go join the army, you chicken, 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 chicken. So Mr. Ali administered correction on Oscar Bonavena for 15 rounds. And then in the 15th round, Mr. Ali went and put him down 3 times under the 3 knockdown rule. So then What this did was, okay, so I would imagine that Ali got back into contention with this. Then he signed a contract to fight Joe Frazier in the fight of the century, which was March 8th, 1971. And on previous episodes, I mentioned about the day of the fight when I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
And the teacher asked at the end of the school, well, you got like the last 30 minutes in school.
Yeah.
She says, okay, kids, you all know, and I already told you this, Che, I'm saying this here for the sake of our audience, so you don't think I'm losing my mind repeating myself. Okay, so the teacher asked, hey, you guys, y'all know the big fights tonight, so everybody cheered. Yeah. She says, how many of you guys got Muhammad Ali? All the kids raised their hands. She says, okay. She says, how many of y'all got Joe Frazier? Nobody raised their hand. The next morning, going to school, talk about some sad, sad little kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then the LA Times had blew up the picture of Ali on his back, decked by Frazier, right?
Yeah.
So there was a book that was written called Loser and Still Champion. I forgot the name of the author. Mm-hmm. And quite naturally, of course, after the fight, everybody was crowding Ali, trying to get an interview on what happened. But that was a disservice, in my opinion, to Mr. Frazier, because Frazier did retain the title with that, although he took a beating and wasn't no picnic for Ali either. You know what I'm saying? And so then we got comments that I'm going to be reading in a minute. Okay. All righty. We got Fresh in the building. Okay.
Clip, Shabaka.
Huh?
I need to finish this clip. It's like
Yeah. Finish the clip.
Ain't been
going on mute until
I just know people, man. This is obvious. And then he won, and when he won, oh my goodness, he would say, I know who the real God is. I know the God's the greatest, and all this kind of stuff. And it, it started kicking in, right? And then no sooner as he won the fight, the United States of America drafted him. And he was just turning out to be a great fighter. He won the Sonny Liston fight and everything, and he made a little name for himself. So it was nice and all, but then they came to draft him. And now he said, well, Clay, you have to join the Army. If you don't join the Army, then we're going to have to give you a fine, and you're going to spend 10 years in jail and $10,000 fine if you don't go to the Army. You're going against the Army. So he said, what I'm going to do? He said, well, I got to talk to my leader first. And he talked to the leader, and he said, and then he said, why don't you ask the little girl right there to throw up your name, see what she says. Just tell her what you told me. And he did. And he knew that I was qualified to tell them exactly about the military, about Muslims being in the military at the time. He said, brother, it says, look, Muslims, we do not support the military. We don't support armed forces, not unless we're defending ourselves. So what we do, we sacrifice and we go to jail. We stand up for our beliefs. I said the Jews do it. Their belief is not to kill, and we're the same. So, do just like the Jews do. You said you wanted to be the heavyweight champion of the world, right? You said you want to be famous. Well, this is your ticket right here. I can't tell you what to do, but you figure it out. You say you want to be famous, this is it. You have to sacrifice, fight what you believe in. I said, because once you sign your name on that paper, because my father military, you go to the military, you're supposed to bring your soldiers home. You're supposed to fight for your country, bring your soldiers back home safely. That's an order by the military. You have to do what the military says. That's no joke. Our father military, you have to be loyal to that. Otherwise, if you sign your name, and you don't do what they say, you're in big trouble. So don't do it at all. Because you sign your name, you're a new nigger, a new slave. You're starting all over again. He said, for real? He said, well, you make your choices. Those are your choices. I'm just being honest with you. But we didn't make him do it. He said, you know what? You've been giving me all of this information and telling me this and then telling me that. Just tell me, what would you do if you was me? I said, I want to see if you answer that question. I said, okay, I'll answer. He said, what would you tell the white man then if it was you was me? And he's trying to be smart, thinking it was going to be a tough question. It wasn't a tough question at all. I said, you know what I tell him? I said, hell no, I ain't going to go clean out my cell, take me to jail without bail. Hell no. You said that to the white man? Hell yes. Now, I didn't tell Ali to go out there and say that to these people. He went and did it all by himself. And
no, Breeze, he didn't. He told them white folks he's staying right here.
He just went out and I said, oh my goodness, I created a monster now. He's going back telling people what I say. So that's what made our connection even better. I was 14 years old. I was taller, filled out a little bit, looked like a little young lady, right? So then all that time, then he did exactly that. So I was very proud of him for what he did. And we all was praying for him and everything. And then he said, I need a new name. That little girl still calling me Dirt. I need a new name. He said, well, we're going to give you Cassius X. We said, no, I can't have that. He said, well, you come back later and I'll give you a name. And he ended up giving him my father's name. My father's last name is Ali. And that's where the Ali comes from. When my father was name given to him, that was the Ali family. That was my father's name. So he said, if you end up marrying this girl, you got to take her name. She can't take Clay. She's Muslim. She can't take Clay. She free. So he had to take my name before I married him.
Well, all right. Okay.
That's different because it's usually the opposite. The wife is supposed to take the husband's name, the other way around.
Right. Well, it all depends on what culture you're dealing with, Che, because on a continent, that's something similar that they do as well, too. If you marry a sister and you're on a continent, you will take her family's name. See what I mean?
Name, yeah. But
yeah,
also
you take family.
They got two first names for their first and last name. It's different. It's definitely different than over here. Okay, so since you want to talk about this, what did you want to say about this first clip?
Okay, the first clip is that she's talking about her acquaintance with the heavyweight champion. Then she's also talking about his situation that he had when they unfairly stripped him of his title because he refused to go into the Army. But he had stated that he was not going nowhere. He ain't fleeing to Canada. And then he, as we stated before, is that he went on a lecture tour down in the great state of Texas, Governor Bush. And he told them, he says, yeah, you white boys are fleeing the damn country going to Canada. And
they're doing it. It's happening again.
Okay, but
they're on Front Line Blacc News.
Okay, but also too, Brother Che, he did tell the white boys, and I'm saying this here for the sake of our audience, is that if he's going to die, he was prepared to die fighting one of them, and you could hear a fucking pin drop in the room.
Right. Yeah.
So he came to them with the real, to give them that business, and them bust ass motherfuckers cowered up like the damn busters that they are.
Yeah. Yeah, boys, they have two first names for their whole name. Muhammad.
Okay, it's B from 303 wishing everyone a smooth 7th. Okay.
That's Bianca. That's Sister Bianca.
Sister Bianca. Glad you're here tonight, sister, to witness this history. Okay. Yeah, and of Khalil Ali telling what was going on, and this is shit that I've lived through. You see what I'm saying?
tonight.
And
So I'll post it so you can join us.
And then on top of this here, ladies and gentlemen, this is where he started getting his worldwide recognition. And the things that you have to understand about Ali, the majority of the people who paid them tickets was to see him lose. They just wanted to see him get hit. Then he went on and fought the Rabbit, Floyd Patterson, here in Las Vegas. And each time I passed the Las Vegas Convention Center, I always think about there where Ali administered correction. Floyd Patterson gets up here and tells ABC News that he is taking a title from Cassius Clay for the American people. And what did that stupid bastard said that for? Ali showed up at his training camp with a bale of carrots and says, I hereby call you the Rabbit, and here's your carrots. Mr. Ali administered correction. Battered poor Floyd Patterson. You know what I'm saying? And if memory serves me correct, I believe he stopped Patterson in round 7. Okay, if memory serves me correct. But he also fought Patterson a second time, too, in 1972. And he beat Patterson so bad, man, they had to give Floyd Patterson a medical retirement. And that's not taking nothing away from Mr. Patterson. He was the first man to regain the heavyweight championship. Okay. The thing is, Black family, how could I put this to you? You would have had to have been in his era to truly appreciate it. You see what I'm saying? And this is at the height of the Black Panthers. This is at the height of We Black and I Proud, wearing the froze. Jet Magazine was booming with Beauty of the Week all the time. Johnson Publications was booming with the Ebony Magazine, Brother Che, that we did, when we discussed Adam Clayton Powell.
Right.
Then they had him on a few talk shows that him and Wilt Chamberlain was supposed to do a fight. And Wilt Chamberlain says, man, there ain't no way you could beat me. And Ali said one word, timber, And then the cold part about it is that 30 piece 2256, okay? So the cold part about it was this is where his popularity is growing pretty much with us. Now, you had the white folks who was protesting the war in Vietnam, and a lot of them was supporting Ali. You see what I mean? Then as we discussed before, Brother Jay, is that Ali did support Huey Newton when Huey Newton was on trial. He went and spoke at the Alameda County Courthouse in regard to Dr. Newton, and as was stated before, that they were both born 30 days apart from each other in the same year of 1942. Okay. So then all the white politicians hated him. J. Edgar Hoover hated him. He was always getting falsely arrested on bullshit charges. You see what I'm saying? In his travels. Then when he came back and fought Quarry, him, Bodini Brown, and Angelo Dundee was in his training camp. Somebody came up there and fired shots at his training camp. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I have no knowledge if they returned fire. I have no knowledge if they went and apprehended the individuals who did this. And Lester Maddox was the governor of Georgia at that time, so I'm quite sure that he was not putting in no effort to see who fired the shots at Ali's training camp and what have you. Then you had the Yasa bosses out there, out the civil rights movement. But I appreciate the work that they did, saying that Ali should go. But then Dr. Martin Luther King spoke out on behalf of Mr. Muhammad Ali as well, too, and said that you have to understand him. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, when he was Lou Alcindor, came to support him. Big Jim Brown came to support him. Bill Russell came and supported him. Various other athletes as well, too, you see. And as Ali has said, I ain't got no quarrel with the Viet Cong. They ain't never called me a nigga. They ain't never hung our people. They ain't never raped our women, you see.
And
he
said
went on a
that
downfall.
welcome them with open arms, Shabaka, and that's exactly what they ended up doing.
Yeah. And then too, after the Frazier fight where he lost, he a couple of months later he came back, fought Jimmy Ellis. I believe he fought George Chavallo, and I'm trying to think of the other cat that he fought. Shit. Wait a minute. Just give me a minute, people. Okay, he fought a white guy that he battered to a pulp a dude by the name of Al Blue Lewis he fought over in Ireland. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Greetings, Lady Che. We got Lady Che in the building. Salute, Lady Che. We got Sister B in the chat.
Okay, and then also, too, I remember some white boys are going to argue with me, talking about he wants to claim Ali for the Irish. And I says, look, let me tell you a Nabisco stinking ass something. He didn't particularly dig the Irish. Ask Jerry Quarry. Jerry Quarry was Irish descent too, and Ali beat his ass.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Okay. Now, as Sister Kalia is talking about, with him being as popular as he was, of course, all the women were on him. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that must have been a difficult thing for her to deal with, due to his popularity, because he was the most recognized face on planet Earth at that time. You see what I mean? Then of course,
I said, greetings, Lady Che. I literally shouted you out. Shabaka must have missed it, but I shouted you out.
Hey, Lady Che, how you doing? So therefore, with Ali on his pro-black stance, okay, the white folks, the Nabiscos, hated him more, okay? But they would buy them tickets to see him lose, you see? So they didn't pay to see him win, they paid to see him lose. But quite naturally, of course, we was always watching him on TV, hoping that he would win, which he would do, okay? So then what had happened was there was this guy who won an Olympic gold medal in 1968 by the name of George Foreman. Mm-hmm. And Foreman's record on the way up, he's stopping guys in the first round, second round, third round, first round, second, 5 rounds, and what have you. Okay. So then with Foreman.
Sorry, Shabaka. Just hold on one real quick before you finish your statement. It's buffering. It's like spinning and shit. So I don't know what you're trying to show, but it's like black on my end.
Nothing right now. I just showed a clip.
Oh.
I'm waiting to go to the next clip, but I'm waiting for Shabaka to stop talking.
All right, and so
go ahead, Shabaka. I'm just saying hi to the chat.
Okay. All right. So in closing on Ali, he won the title from Foreman. He lost it to a guy named Leon Spinks in 78. Then he came and won the title for a third time in September of that year. And that there was the end of the legacy of Muhammad Ali as I knew it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So the next Lady Che, so we were having an issue with was Sister Kalia said that she met Ali when she was 10 years old. Ali,
right.
A late teen.
Yeah, he was 18.
And then they got married when he was 25 and she was 17.
Mm-hmm. Yep, with permission from her father. And then we also got to note that in Illinois, 17 is legal. So he didn't commit no Epstein shit. Okay.
Man.
Also, too, on additional clips that we have, Brother Chase, she talks about Ali's infidelity. And then they got into it. She had to put hands on Ali. Okay.
Yeah, that's what the next clip is about.
Yeah. Okay. Well, she had to put hands on him, and like I said, at that time, she was holding a 6-degree black belt, meaning that she could kill you just by looking at you.
So basically, she said she gave him his name,
right?
Him on Muslim ideology.
Mm-hmm. Right. And then, of course, we're not going to talk about his relationship disintegrating with Malcolm X, although he did speak of it in his second autobiography called The Soul of the Butterfly, where he speaks about his life after he quit boxing. And it was written by Layla Ali's sister by the name of Hannah. And Hannah is Layla's twin. You see?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Malcolm X was on to something. But
okay, well, me personally, Brother Che, I believe that had Malcolm would have stayed alive into the 70s, man, he would have reversed himself quite easily, because he would have witnessed of how they had did the Black Panthers just for feeding kids.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the Muslims, Shabaka.
Okay, well, on that,
Breeze was saying accept them, the Shiites and the Sunnites. Shiites. The Shiites
and the Sunnis. The Shiites and the Sunnis.
They do not accept the NOI or the FOI.
Okay, well, that sounds like to me that's an internal conflict amongst themselves.
Like them Muslim sects don't accept the Black Muslims here. That's why Breeze was saying, why is she not saying black? Because she said, we're not black, we're Muslims. And Breeze
they call themselves Nation of Islam. Now, also, too, keep in mind.
Because she said she was a Muslim. She said, we're not black, we're Muslims. Because I think it was Malcolm X said that they were black Muslims. And she was like, we're not black Muslims, we're just Muslims. But what I'm saying and what Breeze was saying is they don't accept them as such. Shiites and the Sunnis do not accept them as Muslims.
Okay, well, that's an internal conflict and a philosophical difference within their group of Islam. I have no comments on it. Now, the reason why I don't have no comments on it is because of what Muhammad Ali stood for, and I lived through that era, and I will respect his memory of what he stood for in regard to our people, not only here in the U.S., but throughout the whole world. You say, I would not disrespect Mr. Ali's memory.
Okay, so what he stood for was Pan-Africanism.
Well, basically, at that time, no, now that you're right about, Brother Che, that was the key reason why he had the fight over in Zaire. And then if I'm not mistaken, they did a concert over there prior to about 4 or 5 days before the fight. Now, girl sister Mary Makeba was there, you see. She performed, you know what I'm saying? Bill Withers performed, James Brown performed, you know what I mean? I believe the Staple Singers did too. I don't know if the Dramatics made it or not, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is about this man is the reason why he was hated is because he told the Nabiscos about themselves. Could nobody kick his ass?
Right.
Say that's what they hated. And then when he said, I ain't going nowhere.
They waited till he got Parkinson's to start talking down on him.
Okay, now there's some theories is it Parkinson's disease from his fight career, or did they slip something on him to make him like that? That
I don't put nothing
is
past
the question.
I don't put nothing past Nabisco.
Yeah, exactly. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, y'all, to the generations after me, to truly appreciate Muhammad Ali, you would have had to have lived in the era, because everywhere he went, the man couldn't get no peace. Everywhere he went, people were swarming around him to get his autograph, and he would sign all the autographs, rather if it took him 20 minutes or 20 hours. Right. That he did do. And then just like he made his infamous statement on talking to, who was it, Brother Jay? Was it that damn David Frost, I think?
Yeah.
When he had stated that bluebirds hang with bluebirds, red birds hang with red birds, black birds hang with black birds. Hey, man, I love my people. And then the clip that we did a while back where he was on the show with Sly Stone, and Sly Stone sitting up there tripping off them goddamn drugs and got into it with Ali.
And Aziz and Sly is going to try to get smart with him, man. And Ali, all he would have to do is do a back fist, man. And that dope fiend motherfucker would have been KO'd.
Yeah. All right, let me get to the next clip, Shabaka.
Yes, sir. Fair use.
Ali and Joe
dialogue.
Frazier. What went wrong between the two? Because I know at one point they was real cool, and I think he even helped Ali out.
This is going to be interesting.
License. But what went wrong between the two? Because I know Ali was calling him an Uncle Tom, and he didn't like that. And what happened?
Okay. To be on that situation, I'm gonna be honest with you. Joe needed some money one time, and he called Ali up, and we was in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And he said, "Man, and I need some money." Now I've seen Joe supported Ali at once sometimes, and vice versa. They've done it both to each other in different points of time. When Ali wasn't fighting, Joe was very supportive. But this is the thing: Joe and Muhammad Ali has never hated each other. They've always been kind to each other. They've always helped the community. To get the boys off the streets with the gangs and everything.
Right.
They've done this several times at different intervals.
What happened to the sound, man?
Ali have taken me over to Joe's gym to see and his family in Philadelphia. And I got to know his family. We knew each other. We knew each other's families and the boys.
What happened with the sound?
There was never any animosity against the two. I know they used to put on a show, and make it look like that's just to sell tickets, bro. But they never had any animosity.
You can hear it perfectly.
Against each other. That I know for a fact. The animosity and all of that hoopla is for the fight. It's to draw attention.
Right. Ron Lyle told me that.
I disagreed with Ali was when he would start fighting his sparring partners. I said, do not ever fight with your sparring partners because they want this better than you and they know your weaknesses. Don't do it. And he didn't listen to me. So there you go. I told him, do not fight Larry Holmes. I've been feeding Larry Holmes for many years. Larry Holmes was Ali's sparring partner. We had Larry Holmes living up there in the Deer Lake, Pennsylvania, one of the cabins. And he was the fastest guy that he could train with because he was fast and he was good for Ali. But I told him, do not fight with your sparring partners. Don't, like Jimmy Ellis. Jimmy Ellis, they grew up together. And they gave them that chance. He always give them the chance, and I totally disagree with. And when I see them fight with sparring partners, I don't even go to the fights because I do not like to see that. These people inspired by Ali, and they actually want to whoop the guy because they think they're so cocky. They know his weaknesses, and they can take advantage of him. And I have always disagreed with that issue. And he just never listened. So there you go.
Yeah, I ain't like how he fought Larry Holmes at that stage in his career. His health was declining, and that wasn't cool.
Larry Holmes. And look what Mike Tyson did to Larry Holmes.
It's about the money. It's about money. It's not about anything else. It's about money, and Ali allowed it to happen because he could say no. He could say no, but he's cocky. He could actually whoop him, but when I was in his corner, I supported him in his corner. When he did bad things, he did not train for Joe Frazier. He was screwing around, messing around with all kind of women at that time.
He was.
And that's what he gets, And when I said, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. I'm not going to support you. Because you know what? I said, look, you're going to have to lose in order for you to win, because there's going to be a time, it's going to be a good fight coming up, and you're going to need to learn your lesson. So when it came to Joe Frazier, I didn't support him one bit because I did not see this man train the way he usually trained. He was saying, yeah, man, I can beat him. Yeah, man, yeah. You're trying to convince yourself. So we even got in an argument about it. And I had to whoop him, put him down a couple times. Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, you hear that? You hear that?
What was the argument for?
So what? You wanna know what happened? You wanna really know what happened? Okay, I'll tell you what happened. All right. So we was in Rockman's car and we was going to see the movie Blazing Saddles. This is during the time he was supposed to be training for Joe Frazier, right? And so I said, it was so funny. This is why I said it was kind of comical. I liked the Blazing Saddles. I thought it was a slapstick kind of movie, you know. And I liked Cleavon Little and the guy, you know, the Gene Wilder. It was funny. So there's one guy in the car named C.B. Atkins. He was married to Sarah Vaughan. He's a little hanger on a groupie. Yeah, man, you gonna do this? Yeah, man. I said, oh man. I said, you know, and I said it in a low tone. I said, you just trying to convince yourself you gonna win, but you ain't. And Ali swung at me. I was driving the car. He swung in the rain. He swung at me and I moved. I saw it coming and I ducked. And I said, what the hell? And then I just said, pep. And I popped him in his face. And then his eyes swelled up and he started bleeding. I said, oh, Lord. He said, man, I got to kill her. I got to kill her. I got to kill the bee. He said, man, I ain't in it. And I'm driving the car. He said, stop the car. Stop the car. Because I said, if he going to try to hit me, I'm just going to pop him. Pop. And I backhanded him while I was driving the car. He said, oh, I got to kill her. I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding. He said, get out the car. Get out the car. I said, I'm going to get out the car. I'm going to get out the car. But when I get out the car, you're going to drive it up to the camp and you're going to get out. And I'm going to take the car down to the hotel and I'm going to get the first plane to Chicago. That's what you're going to do. And I gets out and he gets in the car. And you know what he did? He did exactly what I told him to do. And he drove the car. He drove up there. Larry Holmes come out. Reggie come out to mess hall. What happened to Muhammad, man? What happened to Muhammad? And he looked at everybody. I said, I don't know. He said, Kalila knows what's happening. Kalila did that. I know Kalila did it because she acted like she know what. He said, and then Uncle Ray said, Kalila did that. I know Kalila did that. I said, no, I think he ran into a truck or something. I didn't say nothing that he did anything. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what happened. I think he hit the wall or something. I don't know. And they said, oh,
everything confessed enough. That's so right.
He get out the car and he was all up in the Uncle Ray said, I'll fix your eye, man. Well, who hit you, man? He said, I don't know. And everybody knew it was me, right? So I go, I had to do it because, you know, this is not going to work. He's got to lose. I'm not going to help him. I'm going to call Angelo Dundee. I say, hey, Angelo, give me a $25 ticket. I'm wearing black because he's losing tonight. And I hung up the phone. I predicted it. I knew it. And I was right. And all those people that was going around him, they weren't there. They were all going on the other side of the team over there on Joe Frazier's side. So see what you get? Yeah. Yeah.
They switched up on him.
Yeah, they did. Because people do not like losers. But he had to lose this fight. Because if he hadn't lost that fight, if he got in that ring with George Foreman, he wouldn't have won. That taught him a lesson. And Ali listened to me then. He said, no, I'm going to train. So the next time, then we start training for George Foreman. I said, no, listen. I said, you want me to predict what's going to happen? Nobody knew. Everybody thought he would lose to Foreman. Everybody in the camp
Yeah,
thought he was
except
gonna lose,
me.
except me. John
Except
Gotti
me
came up
too.
to the camp. He said, "Who do you think is gonna win the fight?" I said, "Man, I don't know." Everybody was saying, "I don't know, man. I don't know. Ali ain't gonna win this fight." Everybody said no. John Gotti come to me and said, "Yes, he is." He said, John, they said, everybody's going, John Body's friends going around everybody else. He said, I don't want to talk to none of them fighters. I want to talk to his wife. That's who I know. She knows. And John came and said, who do you think is going to win the fight? So I'm going to be honest with you. He's winning. He said, you sure? I said, I pray he does.
She did.
But if he's training the way I think he's training, he's going to win that fight.
Which he was.
These people here don't believe it, but I believe it. And he believed it. We go come home champions. He said, but George Foreman is, I said, yeah, George Foreman can hit hard. George Foreman knock a mule out. But you got to have something to hit for it to work. And Ali ain't going to stand there and let it get hit. He ain't going to touch him. He going to stay away from him. All that strength don't mean nothing if you ain't got nothing to hit, right?
Exactly.
There you go. There you go. That's been his thing ever since he ever learned how to fight. And Sonny Liston can knock a mule out. He might knock a horse out. But you gotta have something to hit to do it. That's why he was able to knock him out.
Your eyes can't see.
You know? He ain't gonna stand there and let him hit him. He just dance around to keep dancing. That was what he was good at. That's what Ali was good at it. I mean, out of all the fighters in the world, when I saw Clay, I knew he would be the greatest. I knew that guy would be he has a technique that, but his only technique is not just fighting, his mouth, word of mouth. He would have half the fight psychologically is won before he even stopped talking. Psychologically, he wins the fight. He'll always be a great champion to me. I don't care what nobody said. Ali will always be the greatest. Yeah.
Of all time.
Because he put his mind to it. That's it. There is nothing else. Yep. Yep.
And Muhammad Ali never lost to no white man.
It was beautiful. I stood up. I sat right next to I forgot the guy's name. But anyway, Mobutu Sese Seko, the president of Zaire, Africa, gave me a cane. He'd always wear a cane, and he'd throw his cane up in victory. And he gave me that cane, and I sit there. And when he won, I threw the cane up in victory, just like Mobutu did. And I was so proud of him. And I thank Allah for him being able to fight him. He learned his prayers. God was with Ali. I felt God was with him totally. And I was so happy because this was the last fight I was going to ever help him with. This was good. I had to put all my little petty Kalila girlfriends and all that. I had to put that on the back burner and just focus on him winning this fight because I wanted to be there for him. And I knew he would listen to me. And we were a team, for the first time in a long time. And I said, this is going to be the last fight I'll ever help him with. And I knew because I was about to go out because this was more important to me than my selfish person. I couldn't be selfish on this. I had to focus on him so he could be the winner and hero before I left the domain. And I gave it a couple of years, about 3 years more, and just waited. And I thought this would be the time for me to this will be the last time I will be helping him fight. That would be my last. So I was really gung-ho with him. He was wondering why I was still there. I said, I'm leaving you, but there's a time I'm supposed to leave. I'm not going to leave you. You're going to win this fight. This is going to be my fight. And there are little things that I would do that he would use. When Joe Frazier fight, I had a big problem with him with different girlfriends at the time, and especially one girlfriend that he would show off with all the time, that he had two kids by while I was married.
Veronica.
What was I going to say? I'm trying to say how to say this. So he was had some couple of girlfriends and everything, and Joe
And this is
Frazier,
what led her
I told him
busting up
if
all
I
the
see
furniture
this
in
woman
Manila.
at the fight, I will kill her. And I was going to, I'll kill her. So you better keep her far, far away. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. When I was in Manila, Malaysia, he would have me 2 nights, and then he would use his other girl and have her 2 nights, and we would stand in the same suite. I just want to see if he did it. And he did it. It's okay. But then when he did that, I just lost face with him. The love, the real deep love I had for him was gone. It was gone. The only love I had for him was the children and what we did together, building the legacy. That's it. You know. So, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Khalil
When a
Ali.
woman that's born, there ain't nothing you can do.
Huh?
That song, Shabaka. When a woman's scorned, ain't nothing you can do.
Oh yeah, hell haveth no fury like when a woman is scorned.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? And then
I mean, that should be really real sometimes, man. Should be really real. You know, nobody likes to be made to look like a fucking fool in public.
Right.
You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
And then but the thing is though, Lady Che. Okay, but the thing is though, Lady Che, is that this was Ali. This was the greatest heavyweight champion of all time. He was the most recognized figure on the planet.
So there's the counts for cheating and acting ass.
Yeah, well, that's a domestic situation between him and his wife, you know. And then, as I stated before, ladies and gentlemen, from memory, is that when she got wind that Ali was seeing Veronica Porsche, she made a special trip to Manila, told everybody to get the hell up out the room. Bondini, all the newscasters, Angelo and Dundee went and confronted her husband, and she busted up all the damn furniture in the hotel room and told the management that she wasn't paying for shit. And she came back. Okay, then she came back, landed in San Francisco, and she held a press conference that I very well remember and announced that she was divorcing the heavyweight champ due to infidelity. Okay, so, you know, I don't blame her for that, but Ali was Ali, y'all. And that's how I remember. Ali was Ali. One thing I'm very, very thankful for, and for all you fucking Nabiscos out there, I thank God he never lost to none of you damn troglodytes. I'm very, very thankful to witness that in my lifetime. You know what I mean? And then, two, is that the kids loved him, and he was always telling the kids on TV shows. He was approached one time, well, what do you got to say about a kid who's aspiring to be a boxer? And all he said, tell him to forget it. Go be a lawyer, go be a doctor, go be an architect, build up some industries and stuff. Just like when we played that clip on Ali, Che, on the 50th anniversary of the Rumble in the Jungle, where he told that white man, David Frost, oh, I got to be dependent on you. You know what I'm saying? And how come I can't build nothing for myself? I always got to be dependent on you, you say? And then the Biscos didn't like it, but couldn't nobody kick his ass. You see what I'm saying?
Shabaka.
Right, but what you say is correct, though.
Greetings, Michael.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, okay. Is Michael coming in? I see three
Yeah, I'm in.
people.
Hey, Shabaka. Hi, Jesse. Hey, Brandy. How you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Yeah, I'm just going down memory lane here. Out of my youth, Michael, and this here is Muhammad Ali's second wife.
Second wife.
Here. So, yeah, so she was talking about their relationships and what have you, his infidelity, and where she went on and divorced him. But that's the accolades that you have when you're heavyweight champion of the world. And then keep in mind, he was the most recognized figure on the planet. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Huh?
So what? That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. Just because
No, whoa. Hold on, Lady Che. Hold on, Lady Che. It meant a lot. It meant a lot to our people at that time.
Yeah, I can dig it, but it also meant you think that
She's giving the female perspective on the situation. You're giving the male perspective. She's coming with the female perspective.
I'm like,
how the women would see things. That's what Lady Che is addressing.
That's like me being something better, right? And like let's just say I go to this grand level of fucking infamy, right? And I do some salacious shit like that to Mr. Paris, right? And then somebody's gonna say, well, you know, shit, that's Brandy. That's just the way Brandy is. She's still like the number one at the time. That's just Brandy. Like it's okay. Like it's acceptable. It wasn't acceptable. It wasn't okay. This lady held herself with all kind of class for a year. Through this little interview, she tried not to sully his name, even with all that being said. She was holding herself with all kind of class for a year. She didn't want to talk bad about him in an ugly way. That's a classy, strong ass lady right there. Whereas I've been eat dirt and bitch he rode in with.
Okay, but also too. Okay, but also too, you see, this is another reason, Lady Che, why I argue with Nabiscos. Okay, is because ain't no damn 30-year-old Nabisco gonna come up and tell me a goddamn thing about Black history.
Yeah, but what does that got to do with me and you talking about right now?
What she's saying though, Shabaka.
Ain't no motherfucking Shabaka, cuz I'm just saying from her perspective, you're right. It was a big deal for our people to have him even go to fucking Africa. It was a big deal. It's a big deal, right? And they're not taking away from that, but I'm just saying as like this is his second wife, right? She's giving an interview right now. She's holding herself up with all sorts of class to not disrespect the memory of him, no matter how she felt at the time.
And I respect her for that.
See what I mean? That shit is like,
and I respect her for that.
When you're well known and then they throw it in your face like that. Just look at the salacious shit that happens nowadays, where people are like, they break up in the public eye. One is fraternizing with another person right in front of everybody. Like, can you imagine? Doesn't matter who it is. That shit's gonna hurt somebody. Not everybody's famous. Not everybody will be like that.
Okay, but Lady Che, you see, this is why we as a people are in a world of disarray that we are, you see. Because another thing that I really appreciated about Ali is how he would smash Yasa bosses, the Floyd Pattersons, the Ernie Terrells. You see what I'm saying? And what have you. Because see, what Ali fought on TV, it was more than just a fight. It was a damn world event. It was historical. You see what I'm saying?
Right. He was fighting racial white supremacy right there, right in front of everybody's face.
No. Lady Che.
He was fighting racial white supremacy right there in front of everybody's face. Every interview he did, he stood on business.
Okay. All right. First place,
he was fighting racism. Like, was he not?
With Ali. Okay. It was.
Did he not stand on business for FBA?
Every single
interview. He stood on business for Black people, period.
Yes, okay. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Reciprocated, Shabaka. That's the
that's the sad part about it. See, that's the sad part about it.
He keeps saying he did it for all Black people, but at the end of the day, Shabaka, he was an American. He was born in the United States.
Right.
Okay, but brother Che, pull up your speech. Pull up his speech, man, sir. Pull up his speech of what he said in 1967.
I'm just giving you my point on the situation.
Okay, and I'm telling you what I've lived through, brother Chad.
Okay, that's well and good, but it's a whole different time now. Shabaka, we're not in that time.
Yeah. Okay, that's the sad part about it, because all these most motherfuckers want to shove ketchup up their ass, talking about their women. Yeah, you're right. You're right on that, Jay.
Realistically, I got a realistic question, Shabaka. We've all been through the historical fucking archives of fucking Muhammad Ali. You lived through it, okay? Granted, we're not gonna take that away from you. Stand right there, okay? But what I'm saying is, every interview Muhammad Ali did, even when he said he wasn't going to go fight the war, all that shit, right? Everything he'd been through, he was standing on black business first and foremost, right? Can we agree to that?
No,
right?
That's a fact. No, that is a fact.
That's all I'm saying. That's it. That's all. Okay. That's all. There's no contradiction.
Okay.
What the whites and what they do is in no contrast to what you're saying, because we know you lived through it. We know you lived through it. What I'm saying is that they can't. Who's going to tell you anything anyway right now? Like, aside from us asking simple general questions.
Right. And then one interview he gave Lady Che that you brought back another memory is that he was being interviewed and somebody came up to him with that integrational shit. And his exact words were, no, we're not brothers. Brothers don't take brothers and hang them on trees and cut off their private parts and put it in their mouth. No, we ain't brothers. Brothers don't take whips and beat their other brother until he drops dead like a mule from slaving all the time. You see? And we got time 18188. Family stay blessed and balanced in life. Okay, I guess they signing off. Okay. And thank you for joining us. Time.
He just got in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that there was the excellence of Muhammad Ali, and he always kept his image up, regardless of what he did in his off hours, and that's the accolades of being a heavyweight champ.
So how did we come to this right here? How did you come across this, Shabaka? Like what we're talking about
video
now?
Right here?
Yeah, with this sister right here. Like what did I miss the opening? Like how did we get to this point? Because we never really discussed the wives of Muhammad Ali.
Okay, all right. So in other words, this was Ali's second wife. Okay. They were married in 1960.
Shabaka wanted to cover this art of dialogue segment. So
fair use, fair use.
It is good interviews.
Yeah, fair use. I want to say that.
I got one more clip to play.
Okay.
Dialogue.
Shabaka, why did you want to talk about this particular things with the wives, with the ex-wives or the wives?
Okay, for the simple fact is that she was a part of history, as you witnessed right here. She was a part of Black history right here, because this is Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced, okay?
Yeah.
And this is an enhanced story of which was generally kept from the public about his infidelity. You see what I'm saying? But he was the heavyweight champion of the world. You see, women was throwing draws with their phone numbers at him. You know what I'm saying? He was the most recognized figure on the planet. Then, not to mention the fact that I recall there was a brother on Wilshire Boulevard on Western Avenue who was going to jump out of a window. Okay. So they had the press there and all that stuff. So Ali went up there and talked the man down. You know what I mean? And then, not to mention the fact that there was a young man who was a track star by the name of Houston McTeer, where he bought the family a house because they was down there in Florida and what have you. So Ali had bought the family a house, took them out to rural areas of Florida and what have you. I don't know what happened to Mr. McTeer. Now we got time 18188. She said that Ali was very disrespectful through the marriage. He was cheating. That means Ali was loving a woman. He was disrespectful. That means he was probably never coming home. What?
Yeah, that what you just said, what the lady just said. She said that he was with another.
Meaning that he was never coming home. What? I don't understand that time.
He was never coming home to that wife.
Divorced them, Shabaka. That's what time is talking about.
You just can't.
Say what now?
That's why she divorced him, Shabaka. She just said why
infidelity. Yeah. And
He's just
rightfully
catching
so.
up. He's just catching up, Shabaka.
Okay.
He just came in the room.
But the thing is, though, is this: you had to been around in that time. And me personally, when I got wind of it, when it went down, I felt very, very bad for Kalia. You see what I'm saying? Really, I did. And I'm like, come on, man. You know, you let this here get out. You know what I'm saying? You know, but one thing though, but you never saw Ali with no Nabisco broads. Okay?
No, that was good. This is what we're saying. Like, in today's terms, he was standing on business.
Well, Brother Che, the woman holds a 9th degree black belt. She's always going to stand on business.
We're talking about her.
We're talking about Muhammad Ali.
Mm-hmm.
And he disrespected the marriage. We caught you up time. We just went over that. I covered it. We covered it. So you're catching up. It's all right. Go ahead, Shabaka. Finish your.
Okay, and keep in mind, Black family. Okay, these troglodytes and these Nabiscos, we ain't the same. They're not your brothers. As Brother Paris says it all the time in his opening, that RWS is what them Nabiscos will stand up on. They want to come to us with this integrational bullshit. Well, we're all the same. Motherfucker, come bring your ass out here to Las Vegas on June the 28th and come sit with me in this 115-degree heat. I'll show you how we ain't the same.
Well, what does that have to do with his infidelity, Shabaka?
Okay, well, once again,
he's
brother.
Muhammad Ali. Because didn't you know what he said? He's Muhammad Ali.
Okay, but keep in mind, though, that there was between him and his wife went on and handled it, in my opinion, most appropriately. You see what I'm saying? Okay, all right, time. Okay, but what I'm not saying that Ali was right to commit infidelity on his wife. I'm not saying that at all, because you get a whole lot of people get killed behind that shit on both sides of the fence. What's that there? I always say, Brother Che, hey, it takes 6 guys to carry a man to his grave, and it only takes one woman to put him there. And in this case right here, Khalil would have been that one woman to put him there, because she had the capabilities. Okay, time 18188 says, I just came in the chat. I seen Ali's second wife, and I know the story about her and him and his infidelity and having a child with another woman, not just one, but several. Okay, Veronica Porsche, who is Layla Ali's mother, and her twin sister were 2 of those children.
Yep.
Right. So how old time? What age group are you in?
I think time is.
Sorry.
Okay, I could tell Time's age group by what he's saying, and he says, and I'm definitely not saying that it's all right that he was in the NOI, and that is one of the reasons why the X-Man was assassinated, because of Elijah Muhammad having several different wives.
Right.
Time 18188, you making that statement on your own. That's not part of this platform.
No, that's fact though. That's fact.
Whoa, sir, man.
It's a fact though.
Okay.
Aaliyah is literally did a whole segment on it, saying why she.
But that was his. Well, she's his ex-wife. Well, that was his wife. Okay, but one thing that I'm not gonna do. Okay, I am not gonna drag Muhammad Ali's name through the dirt, because that man.
We're not doing that. We're just saying that's a fact.
We're acknowledging what Malcolm X said about the Nation of Islam and Elijah Muhammad.
Okay, well, you have to make that statement on your own behalf.
It's a fact. He
Okay,
said it.
Lady Shay, you are making that statement on your own behalf. Did you hear me disagree with you? Did you hear me disagree with you?
You're right. No, you're right.
Okay, but did you hear me disagree with you?
No, sir. No, sir.
But you're getting like defensive, Shabaka. Like,
we're not doing that.
I'm getting like a what?
You're getting kind of defensive about this.
Yeah, we're not trying to be contrarian.
First place, like I always said, and I want to make this here perfectly clear. When it comes to Black folks, businesses, or whatever conflicts that we have within our community, within our people, and on domestic situations, that is to stay in-house. Now, that's just me, okay? I ain't speaking for nobody else.
That ideology is the reason why we've had so much abuse in our communities for
also,
decades.
too, there's interviews with him saying this shit. This is not like something we just made up. There's interviews, full-fledged interviews with Malcolm X saying that.
Lady J, I do not doubt that. And me personally, I honestly believe that had Malcolm X would have stayed alive until after the assassination of Martin Luther King, he would have reversed himself on that.
He would have reversed himself on how he felt about Elijah Muhammad, or he would have reversed himself on how he felt about the Muslims.
Okay, no, he would have reversed himself talking about seeing all these good white people when it was a white man that killed King. Now, see, the thing is, you have to understand, people, X died before the Black empowerment era.
I don't recall him
like
good white people. I don't recall it. I don't recall that. I mean, you lived it. I don't recall it, though. I don't recall him saying there was good white people. I recall him saying that there was good Muslims.
Okay. Yes. And at the same token, though, is that, see, this is the sad part. Too bad X was not around at the time when the Black Panthers had came on. You see what I'm saying? Because they came on the scene. What's that there, Brother Che? October 66. The X-Man was killed in February of 65.
Coming up on the 60th anniversary, Shabaka. The 60th anniversary in October.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And so therefore, like I said, this is why our history is so dynamic. Now I'm gonna read this comment from time 18188. I understand what you are saying, and I hear the passion in your voice, my brother, but this is the problem we have in our community. If we can't sit down and talk and understand each other, we will fail. Now, I'm gonna tell you something, time 18188, and then when I tell you this, okay, you may leave. Okay. First place, ain't no motherfucker gonna tell me about what the fuck I lived through. I'm talking about the shit that I lived through. Okay, you wasn't there at time 1888.
Shabaka, he didn't say anything wrong. He didn't do anything wrong. You're reading that all wrong. Whatever you missed, whatever you read it, you can say wrong at all. He's basically commenting on what Jesse said. This is the problem with our community. We're just having a discussion. You're getting defensive. Ain't nobody being contrarian against you.
Because the simple fact is that none of you all were there when all this happened.
We weren't.
But this video,
our grandparents, at least my grandparents were there. My grandparents were there. Some of our parents were there. Lady Chase.
So was mine.
His dad was there.
This not just because we're listening. Everything you're saying is right on top. Everything is right. Nobody's fighting with you. Nobody's in contrary to you. We're just they're having a chat, and they're in the chat, contributing to the conversation. You're the only one that's getting defensive and yelling at people. There's nothing to yell about. We're all on the same page. We just got more. So the young people got questions for the old man who lived through it. Jesus Christ, don't bite our heads off. You owe the man you owe time an apology.
Kick time out.
No,
put time out.
He didn't do nothing wrong.
Kick him out.
He didn't do nothing wrong. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that, Shabaka. You didn't say nothing
Y'all
wrong.
have a nice night. Thank you for joining me for Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. And this episode is 42826. I'm out.
All right, carry on, Jesse. Carry on with the next clip. Time, you didn't got to go nowhere. You didn't do nothing wrong. We're not arguing with them. I don't know what's the defensiveness, but nobody's arguing with them. We're just stating simple fact that's everywhere. So you didn't do nothing wrong. Calm down. Apologize for our West Coast correspondent. Let him get a cup of coffee. Go to the restroom. Take a 5-minute breather. He'll be back. Okay. Hi, Michael. Hi, everybody. Sorry for asking questions. Jesse, what's the next clip?
No, you're on point, Lady Che. You have every right to ask
questions. We didn't do nothing wrong, time, so we're not going to time
wrong. We're good.
Yeah,
I don't know
you're
what's
good.
going on, Shabaka, but I don't know
He
what's
just wants to get through he just wants to get through his whole experience and explain it to us so we can have an understanding where he's coming from. That's very simple to understand. That's what he was trying to do. We just had questions. We just had questions, and he thinks we're being contrarian and going against him. It's just late. You know what I mean? He's probably been out all day. He's probably a little frustrated. Just, let's give him some grace. We give him some grace. He'll be back. He's got to be back. This is his fucking show too. So no, we're not going to kick you out because you didn't do anything wrong, right? Y'all are straight. So just let that pass. Just what's the next clip on the Muhammad Ali?
I'm gonna play the Malcolm X one. So
is that on there too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in the. That was
Ali, Ali cutting off.
Right. This is what before you play it. This is what I'm saying. All this shit, when we say it's fact, is because it was already like there was an interview, there was many videos documenting saying that what Malcolm X said about Elijah Muhammad, right? And then the basic separation and whatnot. So this is like an actual fact. I wasn't like dragging his name to disparage not one of my nationalist heroes, okay, not the father of Black nationalism. I would never do such a thing. Okay, so I was just contrary. That's the facts. Those are the facts. And he didn't want to acknowledge. He didn't want to go along with that program because that's shining a bad light on the X-Men and everything that he stood for, which isn't true. We're just stating fact. If it's videoed many times down the motherfucking history line, we could pull this up several different ways. It's a fucking fact. You dig? But I didn't mean to upset him, and none of y'all did anything. So let's move forward. Go ahead, Jesse. I'm sorry. I like the art of dialogue, fucking interviews. It's tight. Carry on, baby. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Ali and Malcolm X relationship.
Jesse.
Go ahead, Michael. Make it quick. I got to get to the script.
I had to go. I got something in the morning, but just want to say
thank you for joining us, Michael.
Yeah, thank you so much. Trying to feel better today. I'm just a little not in tune. Yeah, still trying to go through these challenges.
You're gonna be all right, Michael.
You're gonna be all right, Michael.
When you have a chance.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, just came to say hi briefly.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we're welcome. Thank you for coming, stopping by. We'll talk again when you have free time.
Yeah, we'll talk. Yeah, we will. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We'll pray for you.
Yeah, thank you. I'll pray for you guys as well. Thank you. I gladly appreciate it.
All right, family. That's
okay. Let me tell you something. When I grew
okay, carry on, Jesse.
Grew up in the Nation of Islam, and I like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad would have me go to the house. When dignitaries would come to the house, he would make me serve the tea and coffee. But undercover, I was a security for his guests in the house. So I was Malcolm X security guard and Martin Luther King security guard when they came to that house. So me and Malcolm X knew each other well. And Betty Shabakas and I stayed friends, and she would call me from New York. She was a teacher, a professor in a college in New York. And every Wednesday, Betty would always call me, and we'd talk shop on the phone until she passed away. Malcolm was a very loyal Muslim. He was a very dedicated Muslim, and one of the best I've ever met or ever seen. Muhammad Ali and Malcolm were best of friends. I would like to get Malcolm X's camera because he would take the camera everywhere. That I would love to see the film that he have in his camera. That's one of my wishes. Anyway, so I did secure it in their home and serve them when I was able to go to the house to serve. But this is the thing. Martin Luther King came in there. Martin Luther King said, I want to ask you a question. I said, yes, sir. He said, you don't just serve tea and coffee, do you? You do a little bit more than that, don't you? I said, yes, I do. He said, you're security agent. Yes, I am.
Hopefully,
he said, I knew it. I said, you're a smart man. He said, one day, a lot of women are going to be following you. I said, that's nice. Thank you very much. Thank you. I had no clue what it was meant. meant by that. So
it's not for anybody else.
That was my experience with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and And we became good friends. And I think they were just amazing. And Martin Luther King was a very young man. He wasn't even 30 yet. But he was so nice and he's so smart and sharp. He was very sharp.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so then Elijah Muhammad, was a great person. See, when Elijah Muhammad tell you something, you do it. You don't ask why, because it's a good reason. And when we heard about Malcolm X,
that's the problem. Like when we were kids, we was taught, a child's supposed to stay in their place. You're not supposed to ask no questions of why your parents are having you do whatever. And then when you get older, you're like, they tell you, oh, you need to critically think, you need to do this and that. But you got in trouble for doing that when you was a child.
Mm-hmm. I think too, when you get up to a certain age, you don't got time for certain things that are considered annoying. Like this conversation we're trying to have with him was he might have felt it was annoying. You did? Here he goes with the brick wall. Welcome back. So he probably thought it was annoying and you needed to compose yourself. We're good. We're good, Shabaka.
Hey, didn't I say that man was the quickest way to an argument? Did I not say that man was the quickest way to an argument?
Malcolm X?
No, Ali.
Yeah, we're not arguing with you about this, Shabaka. We know that you love fucking Muhammad Ali. This isn't an argument. This is a thing.
Okay, but you see, but I was not mad at you or Che, Lady Che.
Look,
it was the person in the chat room. Okay.
He said, listen, he said, look, I thought you was my brother, man. Okay. I support this channel. I hear you say kick him out. And as a black man to another black man, look, no problem. But it's obviously it kind of, bothered the soul a little bit. That's not what he wasn't even trying to be contrarian.
Okay, but Lady Che, that man that we was discussing is always the quickest way to an argument. But now, I'm not saying that what Ali did, everything was right. I'm not saying that he was perfect. All I said is that the man was the quickest way to an argument.
Right, but there's no reason to argue.
You got to know how to pre-diffuse an argument. Now, if you and Jesse get off into an argument, that's different because we run this. You see what I'm saying?
You didn't say that to me at all, Shabaka, because I'm number 3rd on the fucking hit list. When you and Shabaka are not here,
hold on, let me say, hold on. Let me get a headset. Hold on, let me get a headset, please. Just hold on a second.
Hold on, Jesse. Don't say that. And then I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna say 2 minutes. I'm gonna leave it alone, okay? Just let him get his headset on so I can address it.
Yeah, boy. Just bear with me, Lady Che. It's all tangled up and shit. Look like Amaru came over to my place and played with the headset. Did you sneak way over here, kitty? And tell my headset.
Amaru was there. His big white ass would be everywhere. Growling.
Yeah, but cats are smooth. You know what I'm saying? Just hold on.
Especially one with a grudge. Amaru got a little grudge going on with us. He's kind of upset with us.
Yeah.
But Lady Che, when it comes to the cat, you're the pet. You're his
nobody's motherfucking pet, especially them.
I'm trying to hear none of that, Shabaka.
You ain't hearing none of that. They're gonna.
So in other words, Lady Che, you say you over there running shit. So
she like talk to the hand with that one. She got her brick wall up with that one.
Shit, man. You can tell that to them, and they get beat and sprayed with water.
Wow.
The little kitten got bit 3 times on the ear for biting me. She just wouldn't listen, so I bit her 3 times this weekend. And she looked at me. She gave me she's black and she has eyebrows, and she gave me the look, I bit her.
Anyway, getting back to the graders.
Listen,
getting back to the graders.
Hold on, lady, she has something she wanted to say.
Let me say real quick, Shabaka. At the end of the day, Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. It's me telling you, Shabaka. Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. Yes, Jesse is second in command. But at the end of the fucking day, I'm number 3. Meaning, if you and him are not available, I can run this whole show by myself and throw in all the tidbits.
Okay, and I appreciate that.
I contribute
and
on
I
the great
appreciate
things
that.
to the show.
No, we do. We all have, Lady Che. We all have. We all
Right there,
have.
you just diminished me by saying me and Jesse got it. No, Shabaka, it's me, it's you, Jesse, and me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Just like
but what I'm just saying,
that like experience it has. You can have whatever guest you want, you can do whatever. It's your show, but at the end of the motherfucking day, we're still co-producing it while you're getting yourself together. You see what's happening, right? In the back scenes, right? It's us, it's us. We're a family, we're a team, right? So there's not going to be you can't just diminish the fact that you can't diminish my work and contributions to your brand as well as Frontline Blacc News or anything else. You see what I'm saying?
Well, see, Lady Che, this is all of our brand. You see what I'm saying? It's just that, like when, okay, you do the revolutionary agenda, you the general. You got 4 stars on your collar. When Jesse does the Frontline Blacc News, he got 4 stars on his collar. You see, this is
Frontline
all
Blacc News is
just
me and you.
It was originally me and Lady Che's channel.
Right.
And then you.
Then y'all,
So
that's how
we
merged
the
the two.
Shabaka.
Yeah,
Shabaka, that's how
on
your
merged
show. It's you,
it's
you, Jesse, me. On Jesse's show or the Frontline Blacc News, which is supposed to be a me and Jesse thing. It's Jesse, me, and then you, right? And on the revolutionary agenda, it's just me out in the open. I'm fucking doing whatever, whenever. You know what I mean? I'm like a fucking rogue material. But in the hierarchy, I understand my place in the hierarchy. You dig? And
I
it shouldn't be
understand.
diminished like that. What I'm saying to you is with the chat room, it's always you attacking the chat when they're not. It's not your usual nemesis in there. There's good motherfuckers in here that are contributing to the conversation. Excuse me, fellas, I didn't mean to call you that. There's good fellas in here contributing to the same conversation we're having. They're just in the chat. You're reading it with a tone of anger and upset when by no means was anybody giving you any pushback, especially one that's kind of around that's lived the same experience and just enjoys coming to fucking see Shabaka's Black experience and ass. Look, somebody said Shabaka gone, sad face. You know what I mean? So these are serious things where you're just giving pushback because maybe you feel like we're being annoying right now, me just because we got questions. Okay, but that we're young, man. We're just trying to get a little.
No, you're not.
You did?
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that there, Lady Che. Now, Peace 2256 is Shabaka gone. What that mean?
Yeah, sad face.
Yeah, they were sad that you left.
They're sad, but I said he'll be back. What I say, he'll be back, right?
Yeah. I love this. Okay, Time 18188 says, I love this. What love looks like when people are pouring into
That's
each
because we're
other.
a family.
Okay.
Time. We're a family.
This is the thing.
He's the elder. He's
okay.
our elder.
Oh, but hold on, old Lady Che. But one thing, though, that Ali did say, though, when he won the title from George Foreman, and I think, didn't we cover that there, Brother Che, the cover of Ebony magazine, where after he had won the title, and it was Ali's challenge to black men, and he was talking about keeping the family unit together, stuff like that.
Well,
and then, of course,
this clip. I got to finish playing this clip, and I got to go get these clothes out the dryer. So finish your thought.
Okay.
Get back to the clip.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get back to the clip. Okay, let's get back to the clip because Kalia might bring up some more memories to me.
Okay.
See, we have laws and bylaws in the Nation of Islam.
Actually, let me start it over because you missed it. So let me start it
over. Okay.
We need to come back. I need to come back.
Well,
how was Ali and Malcolm X's relationship?
Okay, let me tell you something. When I grew up in the Nation of Islam, and I like
you starting the whole clip over, Jay?
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad would have me go to
This
the
is a
house.
whole new clip.
When dignitaries would come to the house, he would make the X-Men coffee. But undercover, I was a security for his guests in the house. So I was Malcolm X security guard and Martin Luther King security guard when they came to that house.
Okay.
So me and Malcolm X knew each other well. And Betty Shabakas and I stayed friends. And she would call me from New York. She was a teacher, a professor in a college in New York. And every Wednesday, Betty would always call me and we would talk shop on the phone until she passed away. Malcolm was a very loyal Muslim. He was a very dedicated Muslim and one of the best I've ever met or ever seen. Muhammad Ali and Malcolm were best of friends. I would like to get Malcolm X's camera because he would take the camera everywhere. That I would love to see the film that he have in his camera. That's one of my wishes. Anyway, so I did secure it in their home and serve them when I was able to go to the house to serve. But this is the thing. Martin Luther King came in there. Martin Luther King said, I want to ask you a question. I said, yes, sir. He said, you don't just serve tea and coffee, do you? You do a little bit more than that, don't you? I said, yes, I do. He said, you're security, aren't you? Yes, I am. He said, I knew it. I said, you're a smart man. He said, one day, a lot of women are going to be following you. I said, that's nice. Thank you very much. Thank you. I had no clue what it was meant by that. So, but that was my experience with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. And we became good friends. And I think they were just amazing. And Martin Luther King was a very young man. He wasn't even 30 yet. But he was so nice and he's so smart and sharp. He was very sharp. And so, then Elijah Muhammad, was a great person. See, when Elijah Muhammad tell you something, you do it. You don't ask why, because it's a good reason. And when we heard about Malcolm X, see, we have laws and bylaws in the Nation of Islam. And if you do anything to make us look bad as a race of people, like disrespect anyone, whether they're black or white, they'll put you out of the temple for 1 year. They give you 1 to 5. If you go a whole year without breaking any laws, all right, then everybody gets that. Listen, so when Malcolm came out and said, chicken come home to roost after the death of John F. Kennedy, that was a bad thing to do. That was very disrespectful. That was not something that's supposed to be coming from the Nation of Islam. That's disrespect. Because a lot of Black people loved John F. Kennedy, and he gave them a lot of rights and freedoms that respectfully he gave them to what he could, and to make mockery of him, that was just wrong. So he put him out the mosque, and we're not supposed to communicate with anybody that's out the mosque that's in bad standing. That's it. It's nothing personal. It's nothing personal. So we're not allowed to communicate with him. So it wasn't Ali shining away from him. It was that we weren't supposed to respond or communicate with somebody. And that's something that we do that is not in our control. Even if it's your best friend, you cannot communicate. It's not that he disliked them. It's just he wasn't allowed to communicate with him. It's not that he didn't like him. And because there was a time that Ali did something and put me out. So when they put him out, the wife goes out too, because we're a hold. We're a hold. I'm half a person, my husband's the other half, 2 halves makes a whole. So if one person goes, the whole family has to go. You see? So it wasn't that he disliked them or disrespected them. It's just he just wasn't allowed to communicate with him in public. So But if you did it without people knowing about it, it's one thing. But we really wasn't allowed to associate with him, and that's why people assumed he disliked them. No, he never disliked them. And I've heard the Honorable Elijah Muhammad say out of his mouth, told the followers, do not put their hands on Malcolm X. He's my favorite. He knows how to talk to the people in the streets. He knows how to communicate with them. And that's the truth. And we was all upset when he was assassinated by a CIA agent. What we know they did it. We know that they did it. They might have blamed some other people, but we did not do that. We would never kill our own brother. Yeah. So that's right. Yeah. So that's the way they make you believe. We was warned that was going to be said, and we just that's what the people do. If they want to hold you against each other, they'll put you against each other. Divide and conquer, they will always do that to our people. To divide us and to conquer us. But this is the thing. With Malcolm, this is my opinion, okay? Malcolm was very loyal to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. There's a lot of things that he did not like. And it wasn't just the Honorable Elijah Muhammad wasn't against Malcolm. It's just that time, he just didn't wait for the 1.5 years. And he would say, you know what? I trust my brothers and I will make a speech and I'm not going to search it. Everybody knows that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad searches people before you go into the mosque, because you're not going to like what we say sometimes. So we're not going to let you have no weapon on you in case you don't like what you want to hear. So we're precautious. I was one of the people that searched people coming into the mosque. I searched people when they was coming into the Coliseum when we had Savior's Day. You know, we don't let anybody down, anyone come in this and our building of worship with not even a fingernail file. You understand me? And if somebody come in there with a gun, I'm the only one that's authorized to disarm the gun and unload the gun because I'm good in weaponry. I'm the only one allowed to carry a gun because I have a license. So when somebody goes to the mosque, they're gonna get searched. Malcolm, he said, "Hey, I trust my brother. I ain't gonna search him." That was a big mistake. The white people was waiting for that. They've been after Malcolm ever since before he went to jail. He would take some white girls and rob people in New Rochelle, in the white neighborhoods up in New Rochelle. They was after Malcolm from get-go.
Yeah.
But when he got under the roof, under the umbrella of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, they didn't touch him. But once he found out he was out and he never went back, he was free game. Free game. That's the truth.
Take me through the day that Malcolm X was killed.
We were look, man, every Muslim in the nation was hurt by that.
Yeah.
He was brokenhearted.
Yeah, the whole black community was hurt by it.
To wait to come back. He just didn't, he was going through too much. And then, you know, you had a lot of people who was in the nation that didn't like him. They thought he was trying to overthrow the nation of Elijah Muhammad. They had those frugal people, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just, they just didn't give him time to come back and do the right thing. And by him not being under that umbrella, they gave CIA, they gave them carte blanche. He was out
now,
there.
You remember Brother Che with Dick Gregory was talking about that?
Period. Because people have been wanting to get him for a long time. Once you get out from under the roof of Elijah Muhammad, you full game now. You free game now. Anything can happen. But we all supported him. We all prayed for him to go to paradise because he was a good man. And today he's one of the most outstanding Muslims in America, who was taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and respected by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And in the end, he didn't dislike the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Yeah.
What was Ali's reaction?
He was hurt. It was hurt.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, he was hurt.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
Oh, yeah, Ali cried a couple times. He wanted to reach out to him so many times, you know. And he just couldn't at the time, wasn't allowed to. But he still loved them. We both loved him. We both talked about him in good spirit, good manners. And we know that he would Allah will put him in paradise. We know that. And never said nothing bad about him at all, ever. We were just following the rules. That's all. Yeah, I think he tried, but he wasn't successful because we weren't allowed. I think he might have could have taken it personally, but he just wasn't allowed. None of us were allowed. You know. But I kept in contact after his death and everything. Me and Betty kept in good contact with each other. She didn't have any animosity against us, you know, after that. She never said anything negative. So we stayed friends, yeah. She was a good woman, good teacher, good mother. She was a good mother, yeah.
Oh, and then also too, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, if we got 1963, Medgar Evers, who was killed, I believe, a few months before. Wait a minute. Yeah, a few months before Kennedy was. You had Medgar Evers that got killed in his driveway in Mississippi. Yeah, so
Right.
put that there.
So we only got time for one more clip, and then I
Yeah.
gotta wrap this up because I'm gonna do a continuation of the Frontline Black News directly after this. So whatever topics I put in there, I'm gonna cover on Frontline Black News.
Okay, all righty. So therefore, you know, I'm just hoping for those of you in your generation, you know, after Khalil's generation and mine, this is knowledge that you all need to have for in the future. So therefore, so when these to quote our man Breeze, when these moist Negroes come up here and these Nabiscos come up here, you just went back in time and got some facts, you know, from a woman who had lived through it. You say, now, Nabiscos, you all got a lot to answer for, okay? And I don't want to hear that shit. Thing that happened so long ago, man. Forget about it. Now, if there was a cold case where they found a dead motherfucker who was murdered in the 1930s, you all gonna go through it to find out who did it, right? And then if you all get old, decrepit bastard who don't know which way is up now in a wheelchair, you're gonna put him in jail.
I mean,
What?
they never really finished looking for Jimmy Hoffa, so you know what I mean?
And you ain't gonna find him, Lady J.
I know.
Jimmy Hoffa disappeared over 50 years ago. They ain't gonna find him.
In a bridge somewhere.
Who knows?
In a
You know,
gentrified
they might come across his remains 100 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so this is what happened, Jimmy. Yeah.
So
it's a-
make sure y'all hit that like
Yeah.
and subscribe button. We got time for one more clip, Shabaka, and this one's
All right.
about Sinatra.
Oh yeah, Frank Sinatra. Please play that one right there where she was mentioned Frank Sinatra, who did a lot for black folks out here in Las Vegas. Yes, he did.
When Ali boxing license was suspended, and I know he was going through some financial issues, who were some of the people that was looking out for him?
The hard times, well, Frank Sinatra, first of all, Frank Sinatra, his family, he loved Muhammad. He would, asked us to go up to New York City with him and wined and dined at beautiful Toots Shor's restaurant in New York. We met Louis Armstrong, Marian Anderson. I met a lot of people of history. H. Rap Brown, we knew he was talked about. He was on the FBI list, so we couldn't be seen with him. So one evening, we was in the hotel, which Frank Sinatra, he had his suite right next to ours. He paid for everything. Frank Sinatra paid for everything. And he was amazing. He didn't see any color at all. And all he would hang around with be Count Basie, Duke Ellington, and all these great Black musicians. He just loved them so much. And we had an incident with Frank. We was in Miami Beach. And instead of us going on the beach, Black people wasn't allowed to check in the hotels in the 60s. And even Frank had Ella Fitzgerald, Sammy Davis. They couldn't even check in the hotels, and they were entertaining on the beach. So one day, anybody who was anybody, famous singers or whatever, they would go to the Hampton House and stay at the Hampton House in Miami on 27th Avenue and stay at that hotel, okay? So one night, Muhammad and I and my little girl, Miriam, she was the baby, we had our room at the Hampton House. Frank comes over to the Hampton House in the limo with him and his open act, Henry Youngman, a big white guy that played violin and did comedy. And he came over in the limo and he says, I'm gonna go on the bus with y'all. We're gonna all go on Miami Beach and y'all gonna hear me sing in Miami Beach. So you took Frank Sinatra, Frank took Ella Fitzgerald, Sammy Davis, Dean Martin. We all got on the bus together and went all the way to the beach. All right. If anybody Black was on the beach and they didn't have a working card, they would arrest them and put them in jail. So we went out there and we went into this luxurious hotel. And Frank set all the Black people in front at the arena, the little auditorium. And Frank got up there and says, you know what? Y'all paid for me to sing tonight and you filled up all the seats, but all of these seats here are going to be with the Black people that came from Miami. And I'm just here to let you know I am not singing on Miami Beach no more. So everybody give all the money back until you check these Black people in this hotel. I ain't singing. I'm done. And he got on the bus with us and went right back to the Hampton House. Before we even got to the Hampton House, they sent a car to meet Frank back at the Hampton House saying they can check in the hotel. All Black people can check in the hotel. They lifted that law within less than 24 hours. The chairman of the board has spoken. And Frank says, and I'm going to go to Las Vegas and I'm going to do the same thing. And nobody better not say nothing about it because otherwise I'm not going to sing at no hotel until they stop. Now, I saw that live in living color.
Same thing for too.
That man was one hell of a guy. He should have been president of the United States. I saw history being made that night. That was amazing. I didn't even know that about Frank. I learned that about Frank. And it's just amazing how that man just talked about the talent. And then we was in New York, and we was at the Toots Shore Hotel, Toots Shore restaurant, which he mentions this song, this restaurant in his songs quite a bit. And it would hit midnight, so he said, "We're gonna go to a speakeasy, and I want you to meet a friend of mine." He said, because they didn't have any license for liquor in this speakeasy, so they put the liquor in a coffee cup, right? So Muhammad told me, he said, "Whatever you do, don't drink out of a coffee cup. There's liquor in it." And then Frank says, "Ladies and gentlemen, my friend Satchmo." And I said, "Who's that?" And Louis Armstrong comes out, plays the horn, and he was such a wonderful man. He was just, I'm getting the thrill of my life, meeting people I see on TV all the time, and never thought I'd ever meet them. I've met so many people, movie actors, Charlton Heston, David Jansen of the Fugitive series for television. I just met so many Black superstars and white superstars in music and television. And I had the time of my life. That was a part of history that blew my mind. Like, we hear about H. Red Brown, right, in New York. And I go, "Oh, I would love to meet that guy," And when you say things out loud, people are listening. So one day we was in New York, and somebody came to our hotel. And me and Ali sitting at the couch, and the guy came in, and he put a thing over Ali's face, a sack. And then he said, just don't say nothing, just go along with it. And he put a sack over my face. I said, "Okay, cool." And they walked us out of our hotel room with these sacks over our face in the back part of the hotel, like through a laundry area. I knew where we were going. I could feel where we were going. And we went out the side door into a van. Now, a person would think we're getting kidnapped, but I didn't feel that I was in danger or anything, but at least just go along with it. And I said, "Okay." So I started paying attention to the sounds where we were going. And we got into outside the hotel. I'm sure it was in the back, in the alley, because I could hear the cars passing by. We wasn't on the street. And we got out the van, and we went into another hotel and went up some stairs and went into a room, and they opened the door. They gave this signal. They opened the door. I didn't know what was going on, but I knew something was happening, right? And we sat down, and they took the sacks off of our face. And lo and behold, I'm sitting right in front of the H. Red Brown. I'm going, "Oh my God." If they had found out, we would probably go to jail, because there was a federal offense to deal with the person that's on the FBI list. And I'm going, "Oh my God, I'm so busy." And I'm so happy that I hugged him and shook his hand. I said, "Oh my God, Brother Brown, thank you, Brother Brown." Blah, blah, blah. It was some tears to see this dynamic person and I said, and I know I said it to somebody, and somebody heard that, and it happened. And I was just so excited to meet the guy. It was such a man of history. I know he didn't do a lot of good things and everything, but it was just a man of history. I mean, you can never meet a person like this every day. You don't meet him. Then he's working in the struggle for freedom and all this kind of stuff. So, all I gotta say is that was so amazing. It's like something you see in a movie, you know what I mean? And so when we got to, remember I told you we went there and I got him to speak and present himself in front of a fight. that particular day when we met Elvis that day in that hallway, well, we went to bed that night, okay, and somebody's knocking on the door, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was, who that knocking on the door? I said, I don't know, I go see. So I goes to the door. It's Elvis. And Elvis says, would you like to go shopping with me? I said, yeah. Wait a minute. I got to ask my husband. Thought about it. And I went to go, and he said, Elvis want to take it. He said, Elvis going shopping in the morning. Where you going to shop at 3 o'clock in the morning at? I said, I don't know, but I want to go. He said, okay, go ahead. So, and I'm going, Elvis, how we going to shop? So we went to this mall in Vegas, and it was closed. And they had this one truck with these lights on. This guy drove up in front of the store in the mall, opened up the store, and just let us in with little carts. He said, just get anything you want. Just throw it in the cart and just roll it over to the van. I said, this is amazing. And we went shopping. I threw some stuff for the kids. I threw some shirts with Muhammad. We just threw stuff in there. It was amazing. It was like about, I'd say 12 other people with us. We was all in a group, right? And you said, just get anything you want. Don't worry about it. And then we got all the stuff. He had 3 long black vans, and we all got back in. Elvis said, I'm going to keep you with me. Okay, you stay with me. Because I'll leave. Well, I don't want Ali said something happened to you. You with me. So we went back to the hotel. By the time we got back to the hotel, it was we left around 3. We came back about 5 in the morning. You know, it was still kind of dark, and I guess another 45 minutes the sun will start coming up. So we went back to the room, and when he got everybody out the van, he gave this little necklace to all of us, all the women. Little clouds with a little lightning bolt going through it. It said TCB, take care of business. And we all got those necklaces. And he says, I just wanted to share my time with you guys. And it was amazing. And I told Ali what he did. He said, really? He did that? That was very nice of him to do that. So a few weeks later, he said it was very nice for him to go. Now, this is when he was in exile. When he was out of exile and he was fighting again, Elvis had us come back to the hotel, and he presented us with a his and her robe with jewels in it. He gave me one and Ali one. But Bundini ended up stealing mine and sold it.
Fucking away.
So that wasn't a good thing. He was going through something. So, you know, no big deal, you know. You have that. Everybody has a little thief in the group. Every once in a while you run to a few thieves, you know. But and something like that, I got to know Elvis real well. I've always known people who I've seen in the films and everything. Even after that, I met Ray Bradbury, Cesar Romero, a lot of old people, Lee Strasberg, people like that have always been very kind to us and very respectful to us. You know what I mean? You know. So I've had the time of my life, really. You know.
Okay, so that is the wife of the greatest of all time, or his second wife, I should say, ladies and gentlemen. But Elvis Presley did make the statement that the only thing a nigga could do was shine his shoes and buy his records. Little Richard told me that himself. I guess Time 18188 is out. Okay, thank you for joining us. Okay, Elvis Presley was not the king of rock and roll. His song, You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog, he stole it from Big Mama Thornton. Little Richard had stated that it was Little Richard, Chuck Berry, and Bo Diddley who created rock and roll. You see?
Fats Dominoes.
Yeah, and Fats Dominoes. Yeah, thank you, sir. I stand corrected. Okay. Oh, okay. Time 18188. Okay. Now you see, what you all witnessed this evening, they're talking about this figure, this icon, you know, that Sister Kalia just mentioned. That cat was the easiest way to an argument damn near on just about anything at that time. From boxing to the war in Vietnam, on political situations, you know what I'm saying? And Ali had stated on the show that bluebirds hang with bluebirds, redbirds hang with redbirds, blackbirds hang with blackbirds. I love my people.
Mm-hmm.
And that, okay, time 18188. I'm going to tell you something about that. Okay, time 188 is saying, I guess when Elvis Presley's bio comes out, it will be truthful and honest with all the black people that influence him. Okay, Brother Che, you know where I'm getting ready to go. I'm just saying this here for time 18188. Time. I was at the Las Vegas Hilton. I forgot what they call it now, but it was still the same building. There was an Elvis imitator in there. His sidekick, white fella, hey, bro, you want to take a picture with Elvis Presley? I said no, because he was a thief of black music. You know it, I know it, and he knows. He said, you're right about that. Then when I saw another Elvis imitator, Brother Che, by the Las Vegas sign, I said, hey, Elvis, can I take your picture? Cracker says, hell no, you can't take my goddamn picture. All right, Cracker. You know what I'm saying? I said, all right. The thing is that you have to understand, people, is that in the 50s, the 1960s, the 1970s, we was embracing our own identity, okay? And then keep in mind, if it wasn't for us being in this goddamn country, America would have no fucking culture. Fuck Casey and the Sunshine Band, okay? Fuck the Beatles. No, wait a minute, strike that. Respect to the Beatles. Because one thing about the Beatles, when they first came to the U.S., the first thing they said they wanted to do was go to Motown, which they did, and the white media got upset about that. And then didn't Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson make a song together, Brother Jay?
Yeah, they did.
What was the name of the song?
That's my favorite songs too.
What's the name?
What's the name?
What's the song, lady? Say?
I don't know, but I can't remember. It was like,
No, I'm gonna say the name of the song. The question.
They say, there you go.
Okay,
Thank
the
you.
question was,
Take your time.
the question. Okay,
Say,
the question was rhetorical, Lady J. The song is called "Ebony and Ivory."
Ebony and Ivory.
Yeah, they're talking about a piano because you got ivory keys, which are the white.
Yes, I understand what it was talking about, Shabaka, but I thought it was say. That's what I was humming.
Yeah.
With Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson.
No, wait.
And they're like gypsies.
Paul McCartney. Well, they made a. Okay, wait a minute.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
I do
what
know that Paul McCartney. He had. Okay, the biggest hit that I remember that Paul McCartney made on his own with his crew called Wings, which was.
But
his
that's
family.
not what you said.
You
said, Shabaka. You said what did he do with Michael Jackson? What song was it? I said I couldn't remember the words, and I was humming it, and he got it.
Okay. Oh yeah, Ebony and Ivory. Okay,
right.
But keep in mind, lady, that piano keys are ebony and ivory. The white keys are the ivory, and the black keys are ebony. That's all I was saying.
Shabaka, you just talk to me like I'm simple again, because I know but that was not what was the question. That wasn't the question.
No, I don't talk to you. No, Lady Che, as much as I heard you cuss motherfuckers out there when they were wrong, no, you far from simple, sister.
I'm saying, look, I know about the ebony and ivory keys because I know about that, but I don't think that was the question you asked. First you were talking about the Beatles, then you talked about Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson, so I don't think that was the thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay, wait a minute. No, time 18188, you're right. It was Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder. But when the Beatles first came to America in 1964, okay, they called it the British invasion. It's because a lot of the British singers, the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, and I forgot the third one, okay, they came to America, they calling them rock and roll and all that. And a lot of them said, we want to go to Motown. That's the first fucking place. Yeah, and they said that we want to go to Motown. Also, too, Rick James, Tina Marie, may you rest in power. I was not a fan of yours. Okay. Okay. He says here, you are, okay, but you are exactly right about the Beatles, because I remember my uncle was saying the Beatles are here in the white folks of mine, because they're talking about Motown and Otis Redding. Okay, wait a minute. It was Little Richard that discovered the Beatles? Okay, that I didn't know. I wish the hell when I met Little Richard, I could have asked him that.
You met Little Richard?
Yes, you met Little Richard.
Yeah, because what happened was, Lady K, I was in South Central LA, right? I went to my bank on the other side of Exposition Park, and I hear this dude doing all this talking, and he's real flamboyant, and all the people are standing around there. And I shook hands with him. I said, yeah, man, you Little Richard. Yeah, he said, yeah, I am, brother. So he went on and on and on, and he stated that him, like I said before, that Chuck Berry and Bo Diddley created rock and roll. He says the Beatles didn't create shit. You know, they got their shit from him. Okay, right. You know, which is fine, which is great, which is beautiful. Okay, yeah, and time 18188, and I believed him because the man told me this to my face. You see what I'm saying? Now, the thing is,
opening act, Shabaka. So before the Global Stars, they were the opening act for Little Richard during a residency at the Star Club in Hamburg, Germany.
Oh, okay.
At the time, Little Richard was an established rock and roll legend, and the Beatles were still honoring their craft, or honing
their craft, right? Because they came from a place called Liverpool, if I'm not mistaken. And I remember a family member of mine was reading a book about the Beatles, okay, because they came on the scene in 1962. But their big hit was I Wanna Hold Your Hand. I Wanna Hold Your Hand. So then their first American performance was at Yankee Stadium, the same place where OnAli kicked the shit out of Ken Norton in 1976. And it was a sellout crowd, and people was going crazy. So the vice president of Motown Records at that time, okay, by the name of William.
So Epstein discovered the damn Beatles. Brian Epstein.
What?
Not the same ones. Like what?
That motherfucker ain't related to Jeff Epstein.
That part I don't know. But
yeah, Brian Epstein. If you research, okay, wait a minute. I think Brian Epstein was their road manager. Okay, now Time 18188 says the people that are from overseas, like Liverpool, with their Beatles off from the United Kingdom, they say they love soul music, they love Motown, and they love Al Green. Oh yeah, his Love and Happiness. Yeah. Yeah, love will make you do wrong, makes you do right. Yeah. Yeah, it was a big hit, you know. And the thing is, okay, that I'm going to emphasize some more from that Ali had said this, like he told David Frost, Brother Che, you already know where I'm going with this. I'm just saying this here for the sake of our audience. Like while Ali told David Frost, wait a minute, man, I got to go to you for everything and I can't do nothing for myself as far as producing for ourselves, grocery stores, business offices. I think I sent you the clip, Brother Che. You should still have it. You say this is when he was getting ready to fight George Foreman. You say,
yeah.
Okay, all righty. And then, okay, Time says that's why when Tina Turner didn't have a tour in America, she was just touring overseas and doing a killing. Now, the only gripe I got is
heaven, like with them legs, man. She danced her way up in heaven. Tina Turner died. I cried major tears, right?
Oh yeah.
Major
okay, now
Tina Turner died. I said, man, I hope them legs walk her all the way up to heaven. She was all legs. All legs.
Yeah, and then she wrote her own song called Nutbutt Said That Bound. Boom, bam, bam, boom, bam, boom. Outhouse, church house, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Okay. And Tina Turner was the act of the Ike and Tina Turner review. You know what I'm saying? And then Ike Turner, you mistreated that woman and treated her like shit. Fuck you, Ike. You know? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that Brian Epstein died of a drug overdose.
Okay, that sounds about right, like Janis Joplin did in 68 or 67, I believe, because everybody, now keep in mind.
It was
Okay,
67.
now,
August 27th, 67.
in San Francisco. Okay, now, another record that the Beatles made, okay, that everybody dug was Come Together Right Now. Over
How many commercials they make on that song?
and that's when people was tripping out on acid, smoking weed, and all other kind of shit.
That's when they got in the sky at Diamonds.
Exactly, LSD. And then the cold part about it was a damn psychiatrist who made that shit, named Timothy Leary.
Mm-hmm. Timothy Leary, yep.
Yeah, Timothy Leary. Okay, so the 1960s, like Malcolm said, in the early 60s before he was assassinated, he says the 1960s is going to be a decade of change. And you know what?
It was on.
It was on. You know what I'm saying? And it was, you see. And then, like I said, too bad the X-Man did not live in the Black empowerment era, although he was he lived the infinitesimal stage of it. But too bad he wasn't around in 67, 68. And what happened, you see. So for all our haters out there, we don't hate you, Nabiscos. We don't hate you, troglodyte motherfuckers. But we goddamn sure will tell you about your stinking, nasty, funky asses where you thought that bathing was a sin.
They still think bathing's a damn sin.
They do.
Yeah, man. Bruh, check this out. If I go more than 2 days, man, without a damn shower or some type of hygiene, brother, I don't feel healthy.
Me too, Shabaka. I'm the same way.
Shabaka, man. I don't like it at all. Motherfuckers don't understand that your body live like that with all the bacterial organisms growing and shit.
Yeah, exactly. And all three of us has been out there, with, how should we say, with an altered lifestyle of not having no place to go. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then, even then, I was.
Even then, motherfucker will find a way
on campus is going to take a shower. I had my backpack with me, so I try to look as much as a student as possible. So what I do, I go and hop in a shower, so they don't come up there and say, "Do you got a pass? Do you go here?" and all that shit. And the first thing I would do is shave. You see what I'm saying?
Where I remember for me, it was 2 fucking bottled waters of fucking a hotel soap and a washcloth and a little small bucket to just get down in the tent because you could. I'm banned from everywhere. So if I wanted to wash up, I had to pray nobody to break into my shit, break into my tent while I was doing it, and be quick about the mess. You know what I mean? Handle up because it's hard out there.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, and then time 18/188. That's why when Tina Turner didn't have to tour in America, she was touring overseas and doing the killing, which she did. Which she did. Okay. And then two is that coming up through the Black empowerment era, the civil rights era, what have you. There was perhaps one of the most dynamic experiences, not only in the history of the United States, but in the history of the world. You see what I mean? Okay. And then, two, always remember, people, that Muhammad Ali is the quickest way to a fucking argument. Rather, as you said at the beginning, Brother Che, rather if it's education, rather if it's politics, rather if it's sports, rather if it's music, you see what I'm saying? Rather if it was acting, because when Ali went,
that's a way to argument with you, Shabaka.
That's all entertainment right there.
It's just a quick argument with you. It'll lead to an argument with you.
That's okay, but see, Lady Cho, I talk about.
You got a point. Like people do get into arguments about that all the time. I have noticed that. I even got into it with Norma about that because I told you I was trying to put that mural up, and it was gonna say his slave name, and I said, you know, you're gonna have a lot of upset black boxing fans. That mural up.
And the thing is about you, brother Che, you know, you stand on business, you stand on yours, you know what I'm saying? Shit. But like we tell all our people out here, if me and brother Che decide to tear this motherfucker down, that's between him and I, because ain't nobody put no goddamn money in here. But we do appreciate the donations that we did have. You know, do let me say that. We appreciate those who made the donations. Do let me say that. But the time, the energy that we put in, the research that we put in, you know what I'm saying? And we'll welcome anybody up here. You ain't got to agree with us. We welcome anybody up here. But one thing though, but if you're a dumpster, you're going to get the business up here if you're a dumpster. You know what I'm saying?
Dumpster or Kamala supporter, you're going to get the business.
Yeah. Thank you, brother Chad. I'm not going to do nothing strictly for black people now. She didn't have to say that. And Maxine Waters, just go on and retire, sister. You did your job. You did your service. You did what you could. You need to go on and spend time with your family in your twilight years, Sister Maxine, you know, because you used to be my congresswoman, you know. And then shout out to the spirit of Gary Webb, the one that came out there and exposed that shit. And what did he say, Brother Jay? He says, I'm probably a dead man already. And 3 weeks later, he was gone. You know what I'm saying?
So,
okay.
I don't have to deal with it anymore. It was a long time ago when I was outside.
Okay.
And that's all I can get my hands on.
Hotel foods.
Yeah,
so he says he's definitely blood for men's body wash. Yep, I'm stopping at it.
I was saying that when I was unhoused, I was actually unhoused, like in the worst condition for me. And that's all I could get my hands on because I couldn't get into anything because I was fucking banned. Nobody wanted to give me shit because I'm banned from everywhere for, you know, fighting, arguing or whatnot. You know, so all I could get my hands on was them little soaps that you get that are like complimentary.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
So what I was saying was, hold on, Shabaka, hold on. What I was saying was that when I was outside, that was all I could get it. I had to just do it in my tent real quick, wash up and get dressed. No man or anybody was trying to break into my tent and fight me or whatever. You know what I mean? Right. So I had to be quick about the shit because I couldn't go anywhere. I was like literally on the sidewalk for like 5 fucking years. And all those 5 for the first year I got banned from all 3 spots. So couldn't get any help. And I was just, there's not any real help for women for anything. So, you know, I had to get my hands on whatever I had to get my hands on. I had to change my clothes. You know what I mean? It's outside. So yeah, staying clean is like a big thing. Especially when you're not allowed in nowhere to take a shower because you're guilty of fighting with some bitch in the fucking some old ass wench, you know what I mean? Inside or whatever.
Like some jailhouse shit there, Lady J.
Yeah, that's what the shelter
shit.
That's what the shelter is like. It's just like jail.
Just like that. And there's some places you can be, but you don't necessarily get along with everybody outside in the street. And I have a problem with old white women trying to boss me around or maneuver me or talk shit to me or touch my shit or fuck with me. And they catch the conversation that leads into something else. Then I got banned. So I'm over there copying up with like 5-6 little complimentary soaps and little tiny baby deodorants because good people come by are like, oh, do-gooders or are feeling good about themselves, give you a little goodie bag of cleansing projects. You know, and it's not funny, it's not fair. So keeping yourself clean is like a whole job in itself. And especially if you're doing it inside of a tent outside where you got nothing but random men walking around, especially men that either don't like you or are trying to do other things or be nefarious or, you know what I mean, whatever. You try to hurry up and get clean, get dressed and not put yourself in a predicament to be violated or harmed. So, you know what I mean? Or arrested for indecent exposure inside your tent. So there's all these little quick, you got to be quick. So It was in relationship to what Jesse and Shabaka were talking about being outside and having to bathe. When we talk about these fucking white women, they have these open reels talking about they don't wash their hair, they don't wash their body, they don't wash their private parts. They don't do this for 6 months at a time, 3 months at a time, because they're worried about not washing the vital oils or whatever stupidity they're talking about off their goddamn body. You get germs on your body every goddamn day,
Exactly.
even in your own house. And if that's one thing, you're at your house, it's the weekend, you might want to go a day or two because you ain't did shit but sleep. That's a whole separate issue. But there's another issue when you're out moving around and you're getting bacteria and germs and anything and all. You know what I mean? That shit's fucking gross. And these bitches act like it's okay to be dirty. You know what I mean? And they even develop special lines of products to cover the funk of not washing their ass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Lady Che, I want to address time right here. Sometimes you do have haters and trolls that come in the chat to try to throw you off of what you're talking about, and I can understand facts, but I can't understand trolling. Now, time, 18188. I love the fucking trolls. You know why I love these sorry, stinking, ignorant ass trolls? Because that means we're getting somewhere. Yep.
All right, Shabaka, we got to wrap this thing up.
Yeah, we got to wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, air date of this episode was February 28th, 2026.
But that's how they get down.
Okay, and and also too, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow would be April 29th, 26 and 8 is 34 years since the rebellion in Los Angeles.
Special edition tomorrow, Shabaka.
I live that same thought process time every day.
And if we can get that clip of Rodney King saying, "Can we just all get along?" You know what I mean?
That was a disgrace after everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, and that there, and I lived through that. Yeah, Los Angeles looked like Beirut that day.
Yeah, I got a whole documentary I watched, Shabaka, that I wanted to play, but I don't know if it's going to get copywritten.
Okay, well, put the fair use, print it, say it, you know what I'm saying? Because I noticed that when we say it and print it, I notice we don't get no strikes. Now, time 188, family, I stay on my knees every day and pray to the Lord and tell him thank you for everything he has blessed me with. And I don't need more than what I have. Thank you. I'm grateful and so thankful every day. Every day. Time 188 sounds like you've been blessed. You know what I'm saying? And we need donations, people, to save this platform. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be very, very rough for yours truly next month. And then we would tell you how your money is spent, what it went on for. You know what I mean? And Texas James says God is good.
All the time, God is good.
Oh, yeah. Yes, and notice that when Muhammad Ali fought, he always prayed. And in his autobiography, he prayed for that. I hope I don't get injured. And he says, I hope that I'm not forced to kill this motherfucker in the ring. You know, he didn't say it word for word like that. But, you know, that was his point. Because, see, boxing is the only sport that is not a game.
Shit, I'm not even knowing.
Yeah, read Ali's Lady Che, do you got a copy of Ali's autobiography called The Greatest? His own story? Okay, there's a part in there. Okay, when you go to the PDF, drop in a search bar for this dude by the name of The Prophecy of Sellout Mo. Because when Ali got his jaw broken, right, he had to get with Sellout Mo, because Sellout Mo seen it all. Nose broken, eardrums busted, teeth knocked out, jaws broken, ribs busted. You know what I'm saying? And that's in Ali's autobiography. But Mr. Ali, you rest in peace. I did not agree with your infidelity on your women, but Ali, you were the heavyweight champion of the world.
Scabbies. They call them scabbies. I'm trying to answer time. They're called scabbies. Scalpies. Okay.
Okay, and time 1880, 188 says if they didn't take the 3 years away from Ali, Ali would have been undefeated in his career. But sometimes when I learned in life, losing actually means you are a better person. Now I'm going to tell you something. When Ali lost to Frazier, right? Okay, no disrespect to Joe Frazier or the Joe Frazier family. Joe was one of the greatest heavyweight champs. We did pay homage to Joe Frazier of what he did when he had his first child. You know, he went to work in a meatpacking house. But you see, Ali, boy, Ali was in a class all by himself, and Ali got other fighters paid as well, too. You see what I mean? Because, you know, Ali would offer fights to these guys, and they'll sit up there, debate, go through a bunch of bullshit, delaying it. And Ali said, well, fuck it. If I can't get the number 1 contender, I'll get the number 3 contender, number 4 contender, because these guys putting in a lot of work as well, too. So I want to give them the opportunity as well, too, which he did, which Ali did. Ali got the fighters paid, you know what I'm saying? Slab City, if you what? Okay, hold on.
Question.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, hold on 1 second. I just want to read. I just want to read our comments. Slab City. If you're thinking of people living on the remains of an old military base, you are likely referring to Slab City. Okay. At time in several parts of California, closed military bases have been converted into supportive housing for formerly homeless individuals and families. Cerner Village, Sacramento, look at the farm. McClellan Air Force Base, these residents are often part of a model community for transitional housing. And time 18188 says, Brother Jesse, thank you very much. I watched a little bit of everything to keep my eyes on everything. That's what's going on this world, especially with the dumpster in the White House.
Thank you,
Tom.
Right. I just learned something new too.
There ain't no argument with undisputed.
Give your closing, Lady Shay, and then we got to wrap this up.
My closing statement is simple.
Yeah. That's my closing, Brother Che. On that, Go ahead, Lady Che. I'm going on mute.
My closing statement is I'm glad we watched that the interview, the Art of Dialogue with the sister. I'm glad she was able to talk about her experiences.
Ali is her name. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What? Go ahead, Shabaka. I'm sorry. I was talking. What?
Kalia
Ali.
Yes.
Sister Ali. I'm glad we were able to learn a little bit more of her perspective. Glad to know that she was protecting them at times. Like this only adds to how important women are to the protection of the Black man. Just saying, which is a beautiful thing at all times. Every time you see it, I think that I'm glad that I never knew that Malcolm X was over there. Had a little video camera recording shit. That would have been neat to know about. Because I learned something new a little bit.
He did. Yeah, he did.
The other thing is,
he did. Yeah, he did.
I heard you, Shabaka. The other thing is, I learned something new from that. Learned a couple of new things, and I think she had the hots for HR with the old boy, the revolutionary, yeah, HR rap.
Name, yeah, her slave name.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just joking. I was making a joke. Hold on.
Hold on, lady. Just 1 second. Hold that thought. Okay. I'm telling time 18188, the original name was Belinda Boyd. Okay. That would be her slave name, so she would tell you that.
Yeah.
That's why in NOI that they the name of the slave name. That's why it was the purpose of the X, is because Malcolm said that we showed to Brother Che on City Desk in Chicago. The X signifies the name that the slave master had stripped from us on the plantation. Now, the rape slave trade file.
Well, Lady Che finished her statement. She was giving her closing.
Yeah, I was done with my statement. I was going to also add to that. big thing time with shedding of the slave name. I myself am converted Muslim, right?
Yeah.
I just fell off, right? But whatever. I have yet to pick my name, and I've been Muslim now, like 15 years. I just couldn't come up with one. They gave me some ideas. I just couldn't come up with one. I took did everything. So
she's an ordained minister, y'all.
Yeah, so I was just saying that when you shed the slave name and you take on a name of your own, it's a big thing. I couldn't pick one yet, so I was like, whatever. And then when we started doing this, I felt like it was too late to pick one. It looked some kind of way. I felt like.
Well,
the other thing is, I'm almost done. Almost done. I learned a grip today. I had a good experience. I learned a lot, and I'm glad we watched that. And just stay black, stay dangerous, stay informed, and tune into Front Line Blacc News, which is coming on right after this. So,
yes.
Go ahead. I'm done, Shabaka.
Okay.
Say what you were going to say, Shabaka, and then I got to wrap this up.
Okay, so in the wrapping up, we thank everybody, who tuned in to us. Please share this episode on your social media if they'll let you. You know what I'm saying? And keep in mind, people, there ain't never a dull moment here. You know what I'm saying? And then, and as the news unfolds, we're gonna have some more controversial shit. Yeah, time 188. Time. I'm gonna say time 18 to keep it short. Time, no disrespect. He's telling you to stay blessed, Queen. Is what he said.
Yeah, I told him thank you.
Yeah, and get with us, Time. You're welcome to come up here and chit chat like we had Breeds up here and what have you. But we got to do better coordination, Brother Che, because keep in mind we are going across 3 time zones. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm the last to go to sleep and the last to wake up. Huh?
We're about an hour or so late.
Yeah. Right. Okay. All right. As long as that we showed up, and Mrs. Ali, if you're out there, ma'am, and if you see this here, please get with us, Sister Khalil. We would love to have you up here of the history that you lived through up close. Okay, time 1888 saying, you, my brother, I ain't going nowhere, brothers and sisters. Fight, uncle. Brothers fight, fathers fight with their sons, but they never leave the nest. And it's all in love. Yeah, okay, yeah, great, yeah, facts, beautiful. You see what I'm saying? Because this is this old saying, and my last comment, only steel sharpens steel.
Okay, so this is going to conclude season 11, episode 34 of Shabakas Black Experience Enhanced in conjunction with the Front Line Blacc News. Join us in about an hour or less for Front Line Blacc News continuation, season 6, episode 23, part 3, continuation, part 1 of the Frontline Blacc News. In the meantime, make sure to like and subscribe to our platforms, Frontline Blacc News on YouTube and Facebook, The Revolutionary Agenda on YouTube and Facebook, and Shabakas Black Experience Enhanced on Facebook and Twitter. And shout out to everybody that tapped in with us. Shout out to Twin, shout out to Mac, shout out to Time, shout out to Breeze.
Jay Militant. Breeze, Jay Militant.
Well, yeah, definitely shout out to Jay Militant, but he didn't tap in with us tonight.
It's all good. It's all good.
Who else? Peace.
Dynamite.
256 Dynamite. Appreciate you coming through.
Fresh, Michael.
Fresh always. Appreciate you coming through, Michael. Thank you for coming through as well. And I think that was Sister Bianca. Thank you for coming through.
Danny Cartier.
How come Sister Bianca only just comes in and out? She's like Ali, peppering and moving.
Cause you and her don't get. You and her always have some contentious moment. That's why.
And when she comes on these platforms, it messes the whole algorithm up. They start really messing with the stream. Then
it's our shadow banning.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because she's targeted. Yeah, Sister's targeted. But it comes with the territory when you do this type of work, people. You know what I'm saying? And
so, like you said, the air date of this program was 4/28/2026. Like I said, you want to about an hour or less for Frontline Black News. And we'll see y'all again tomorrow for a special edition of Shabakas Black Experience Enhanced, where we're going to go over the rebellion of 1992.
Yes, sir. And then pull up all the footage you can do on that, Brother Che. You know what I'm saying? Get with us time 18188. You know what I mean? And if you could find yourself to donate to keep this platform going, man, it would be beautiful. You know, and spread the word, man. You know what I'm saying? And then if Nabiscos want to come up here, we will determine that they're Nabiscos, and we're going to give them a code of protocol. And to let them know as soon as they say some stupid shit, we're showing them the door. We black men and women, we ain't no goddamn bosses. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Muhammad Ali.
See you in a little bit. Stay black, stay dangerous. See you in a little bit, Jesse.
Okay. Okay, Lady Che.
All right, Jesse. Okay, hit me with the phone call and the email in case I fall asleep because I got to take this medication. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So you said in about an hour. So that's 11 o'clock my time. What you do? Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
An hour or less, yes.
Okay, all righty. Okay, and please share this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Please share the YouTube link. Share it everywhere. Share it on the Bisco's platform so they can get pissed off. So at least they know who the hell we is. You know what I'm saying? And Regal, if you out there, and Regal, if you out there, you will get bopped in the head with the wrench every time and go drive that overpriced, raggedy ass Mercedes to yours. And I hope that son of a bitch breaks down on you in the desert. Punk ass motherfucker.
Oh my God! All right.
I hate to see you like that.
For Frontline Black News. So peace, love, light, reparations, delineations of separations, and Black empowerment. Chan Krumah, Lady Che signing off from the Mile High Income, and Shabaka signing off from the Sin City.
Yes, sir. Come on, 7-Eleven, clack, clack. I'm out. Okay.